episode, I'll say it real quick, of Sing Yesterday for me, Haru's death is just coming eminently close.
Dude, I was dying watching the episode because I was like, it's just moving towards the inevitable. It's going to happen. You know?
It feels so bad to say it, but it's so true.
Yeah, it was really sad watching it, but it was also really funny because of just the narrative that we've painted so far. You know?
It's like, oh, she's actually going to kill herself. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, who knows where it's going? And now Rose. Okay, so this is just hey there. This is Seen Yesterday for me. We're not gonna go into this, are we? Are we gonna go? I don't know.
We can. Yeah, we can start with that if you want.
We're already here. All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, Haru's gonna die, dude.
She is.
By suicide.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I don't know. Let me
Definitely have to pull up the docket for that one.
yeah.
Just to remember. Haru's actually going to die, dude. Imagine if she gets like her 5 minutes of happiness in like the beginning of the show. Like, of this episode. She's like, oh man, he's here with me in my house? That's crazy.
Yeah, because that was a really nice moment, right? Because her like place got broken into or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's with me and everything. It's a very wholesome moment. And then after the first 2 minutes, it just goes exponentially downhill.
I was like, I finally got. How's my camera? Is this the left side of my camera or the right side of my camera?
That's the right side.
So this is the left side?
Yeah.
Okay. It's going up, dude. It's going up. And then this is it now. It's like, ooh.
Yeah. Dude, it's awful.
Like, how, dude? Haru was just built to suffer.
Yeah.
How do you just create a character like that and you just hate them so much? She's friends with her crow, dude. Come on.
Dude, so before we continue, did you maybe.
Yeah.
Did you set up your thing any differently this week? Because it kind of sounds like you're coming through twice.
That's my fault.
But like
Here,
there's no delay. It's just like twice at the same time. You know what I mean?
Does this fix it right now?
Yeah.
Okay, but then this doesn't fix it when I do this.
Talk.
See, this goes back to like the double.
Yeah.
Okay, that's because of what I was setting up earlier.
Okay.
Let me see if I can actually fix that. Hold on just one moment. I don't know if actually does this do anything? Or is it still double?
It's fine.
Okay, this is actually better, or does it not?
No, it's not. No, you kept talking and it got worse.
I need the honesty. Yes, let me change my settings.
Okay.
I'll have to fix that in the future. That's something I'm trying to find out how to fix.
Yeah, it's fine, man.
But, yeah. Let's real quick did it. There we go.
So I have a couple rants to go on right throughout this episode, okay?
Let's go.
And the very first one, it's a coincidence that you started off with saying yesterday for me, right? Because it has to do with this, okay? So you have to tell me if it's just me or if this is how the anime is like set up and how you're supposed to perceive these characters, okay?
Okay.
Because I could not hate Shinako any more than I do right now.
Really?
Yeah, because her motivations don't make any sense, especially with this episode, right? So there's kind of two things to this. The first thing is towards the end when Haru caught her and Uzumi walking down the stairs, you know what I mean, going home after their night eating or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Haru caught her. Haru like pieced everything together, you know. She even said that you've been keeping him to yourself. You've been very selfish, you know, and then she cried and stuff. But when Haru caught her, she like hid behind Uzumi. Do you remember that?
Yeah. She's like pulled behind them.
Yeah, and I got so mad at that because someone would only do that if they feel guilty about something, you know what I mean? About like, "Oh, I'm not supposed to be here." But she doesn't have anything to be guilty about unless she's doing this intentionally to hurt Haru, which I don't think she is.
Hmm.
But so, like, why hide behind someone when Haru comes to see you, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Doesn't make any sense to me. And the second thing is, um, her keeping the relationship a secret from Rue,
Yeah.
which doesn't make any sense to me either because I understand her not wanting to hurt Rue's feelings, but now it's bleeding into a real relationship you may be having with Uzumi, and, like, he didn't ask for any of this. He doesn't care at all about Rue or his feelings because why should he? Rue isn't anyone to him. And, like, I don't know, you just gotta get over it, you know? We even had the conversation between her and her friend in, like,
Hmm.
the restaurant or the bar or whatever, and her friend just lays it all out for her. She's like, "If you feel guilty and you haven't even done anything, you've been together for 3 months apparently. You haven't
Which
done
is
anything."
crazy. It's like 2 episodes, my guy.
Yeah, yeah, I know. And you feel guilty towards everyone in your life, you know, Haru, who's not even your friend, you just know her from school or whatever, and Rue, who is your, like, ex-lover's younger brother. It's like, you shouldn't even be with Uzumi, like, you know what I mean? And I just hate her because she seems selfish and, I don't know.
Does she really want? She doesn't know herself right now.
Yeah, which is infuriating because then you look at Haru who knows exactly what she wants,
Uzumi
and
does not know. Well, he knows what he wants, but does he really?
yeah,
Because like the thing is like he puts her on a pedestal, which is like the problem. You know.
yes, which is why none of it makes sense because oh, that was the other thing. Why
Mhm.
did why did she act so weird around Uzumi? Uh, Shinako. Because I get that they were, like, friends in college, right?
Mhm.
And then she left to become a teacher, and then she came back, she's still a teacher, right? But she's just here now. And now they're friends, and now they're kinda more than friends, I guess. But, like, why does she act so weird around him? Like, like, I get why she acts weird around Rue because of
Mhm.
his brother, the whole situation there. But, like, why like, you're just you're just adding all this unnecessary, like, fluff to your situation. You know what I
I guess
mean?
the only thing I can say to that is she's confused as to whether or not she likes him. That's the only thing I can say.
Yeah,
Mhm. To like add to that side, but that's really about it. I don't know what else I can add on to that.
yeah, it's just I just hate it. It doesn't,
Again, we both know the entire show hinges on her.
Yeah, I know, which is it's so frustrating to, like, watch her go back and forth with her feelings,
Mhm.
and then, like, again, keep secrets from Rue, which is like, why? Just tell him, you know? Like, I get that they're, like, kind of family, I guess, you know? But, like, at this point, come on, like, if you really like him, like Rue, right? You want him to do well, you're helping him with his exams and all that stuff. You gotta let him grow as a person. You gotta let him get over this, you know?
This show baits you into thinking Uzumi's the main character. He's not, dude. It's all
No.
Shinako.
Yeah.
She has an attachment to every character.
Yeah. And she, like, keeps making him food, and it's like, man, he has a father, right? Isn't that his dad that's there?
But he's like, your food's great though. I want to live halfway between your place and college so I can get food.
That is entrapment, and I think it's illegal. You can learn how to make your own food because you know the situation between her and your dead brother. You there's some resolve that has to happen
Are using her
somewhere.
to your advantage. I do not appreciate it, bro. You are mentally disturbing her peace.
Yeah.
So that's
Uh,
that
what
was yesterday for me.
how did the episode end?
That's
Do you
the
remember?
episode ended.
Yeah.
It ended with Rue being like, "What? Why is he
Oh,
here?"
right, yeah.
Him and his paperclip piercing.
Yeah, it's great.
Is it paper? No, it's not paperclip. It's a baby pin.
Oh yeah. I feel like that doesn't even have to be a moment. You know, next episode could just open up.
It's like
He's
that's
like,
the cliffhanger right there.
yeah, like,
What's
what's
gonna
gonna happen?
happen, dude? Oh my gosh, we only got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 episodes. Ah,
Yeah,
ah.
yeah.
Is it 16 or 18?
18.
7
Yeah,
episodes.
7 of yeah. But it's definitely gonna end up with Haru just
Dying.
something bad. It's
She's just
got
gonna
to.
kill herself, dude, right?
Yeah.
Let me push myself. Oh!
Oh no.
To that one. Hey, we're good now.
Because like, yeah, it's gonna end bad for everyone. I feel like no one's gonna have a happy ending, and yeah.
Feels that like she did nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But she does feel guilty though, so she knows she's doing something wrong.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a weird thing of guilt there, and you just have to you have to pick. You know, you have to pick a side. You have
I
to
liked it better
know.
when like every episode they just brought in a new character and you're like, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, they didn't do that. This one they tried to go a little bit further with Haru's like boss or whatever at the cafe.
They've been
You know.
slowly doing that for like the past 3 episodes, I think.
Yeah. With like her with like the
Ooh.
like dude he like or she likes or whatever.
I had a big brain moment, dude.
Okay.
What if like Uozumi's boss pairs up with her?
Yeah, that could happen.
Because he said he was like hook me up with someone.
Yeah, he
And
did.
then
Yeah.
she's basically like looking for a boyfriend right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how they're gonna put Haru and Ozumi together, dude.
It could happen, you know?
That is a realm of possibilities. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying it early. If I get it right, that's crazy.
There's still 7 episodes left though. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man. Hey, can you imagine after watching like next week's episode of Tower of God, we have to choose another anime?
Yeah, we do. Yeah. So yeah, let's just going to Tower of God, right?
That's why we're already here.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
nice episode, dude. Hey, let's go.
it was good. Okay, so the first thing, right? Right at the very end.
Yeah, what happened at the very end, Tyler?
We had Rachel just murder Bam, right? Well,
Oh, man.
he's probably not dead, but like just shoved him off. He's gone.
Man, that's crazy, dude.
Um, I don't understand what the play is there. The director is all happy. We see a shot of him like smiling, so it's all part of the plan, you know, because he's like the puppet master. It seems like, and
This is only the second floor.
yeah, I know, which I thought of you saying that last week when Yuri at the end she gave Shibisu, right? That's his name.
Hmm.
Gave him like a little tiny wing thing
Hmm.
to go give to Bam, and she was like, "Tell him to meet me at the 77th floor." And I was like, "That's a lot of floors. We are very far from that." Uh, yeah, I don't going to the Rachel thing. I don't understand the play. I feel like she pushes him off. Don't they lose the test now? Because don't both of them have to get eaten by the thing and like spit out?
I don't think they may have explained that. I think just at least as long as they come out, I don't think at least one of them has to. They'll just assume he's a casualty at this point.
Okay, sure. But like, it's Bam's test. It's not Rachel's test.
Well, it's everyone's test. They all decided to take the test.
Yeah, but he was the catalyst, though.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
They're all seen as aiding an irregular who is now dead.
Yeah. We saw the red-haired girl again.
Yeah, man. My
She's
wife.
a yeah. She's a navigator, right? That's what he said.
Crazy.
So that's cool. I don't know what she's doing there. Um, Anakin and Dorsey
Of course.
teamed up, which was cool. I like
And
that.
then big sister Yuri comes in.
Yeah, Yuri came in, just unbelievably powerful.
That's what you get for climbing the tower.
Yeah, she's a ranker and also a princess. So
Mm-hmm.
those two things, it's crazy.
Tower of
Uh,
God is not afraid to let you know the power scaling of the crew.
yeah,
It's like this is the strong person. And when we get to One Piece later, you already know that power scaling is something that is defined pretty early on.
yeah.
They do it super early, just to let you know, hey, these guys are nowhere near the level they could be.
Mhm. Yeah, because like earlier on in the show, we saw like in Dorsey, and I was like, man, she's like the most powerful one of the group so far. Like as
Mhm.
from like her actual actions, how we've seen her fight and stuff. And then Yuri comes in, and it's just like, and Dorsey probably couldn't beat Yuri 1 out of 100 times.
Then the ranker test as well, where they have to fight the ranker, or at least do
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
bad
yeah,
from him. A
yeah,
little
yeah.
dose right there, a little
Mhm.
taste.
Oh,
Um,
another big thing was Coon seeing another Coon.
that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, very obvious because they're both blue.
Yeah, they don't like to not make it obvious.
Yeah, yeah. And he said that he was also an outcast. He walks and talks like he's more powerful than Coon, which is cool. We don't
Again,
actually see what he does or anything like that, but
we go with the assumption he climbs with the Yuri. You know, this guy's got to be strong.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm sure that'll come around again. I'm sure this won't be the only time they meet because he also said something about a Princess Maria. Don't know who that is.
Oh, Maria's the girl that did everything to Kun.
Oh, okay. So yeah, and like you want to see her again, and she was like, why would you do that for me?" And he's like, "I'm an outcast too," and
Yeah.
uh,
Maria's why Kun is his Kun.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And the sword guy came in, broke it up. That was really honorable of him, going with the warrior's code.
That Bushido code, dude.
Yeah. And I don't know. Is there anything else that happened?
I think that basically sums it up. Yuri does everything.
Mhm.
The fight ended, and then the bull takes out, and then Bomb gets out.
Oh
They
yeah.
did cut one of the lines they did cut, and I was kind of a little upset about it. They cut was when Rachel says, please die for me," when she pushes him off.
Oh yeah, yeah. They didn't say that.
I think she just said please or something like that, or maybe she didn't say anything at all.
I don't think she said anything.
No, she's supposed to say please die for me,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That
because
would
like
have
at this point,
added something.
Bomb wants to do he wants to do everything for Rachel.
Mhm.
So what would happen if Rachel said please die for me?
Oh, he would die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was putting up a good fight too, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't, or against the fish thing, which he beat, which was cool. But then it left him vulnerable to Rachel's hands. You know what I mean?
Man, she got up, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, I literally just thought that. I was like, wait, she stood up from her chair.
How many different
Yeah.
like level playing fields do you think like the director's on?
Oh,
Director's like,
so
oh,
many.
she can't walk, dude. I got her in his wheelchair.
Yeah. Yeah, he really is planning everything out. And then when he talks to Yuri's people, right? The
Mm-hmm.
other two guys like came with her.
Mm-hmm.
He like had coffee with them. Um,
My boy Evan, of course,
yeah. Uh,
Hammer Bro.
he he was very uh he said something like, "I'm just a ranker," or like, "I'm just a director of the tower, whatever they do here, I'll leave it be," him referring to the assassin trying to get a knock, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he he said those words, and I guess they were supposed to give off the effect of, "Oh, I'm just a part of the tower. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to." But the way he said them, it was like, "No, all this is it's a plan. I have a reason. You guys aren't even a part of the equation. Like, that's how high I am above everyone."
You're like, you coming here is a surprise, but it's not that unexpected.
Yeah. And, like, even if you're here and even if I didn't plan for it, like, I have, methods to, to not diverge too far from what I'm trying to do. So it doesn't even matter that you're here, you know?
He's cool. He plays games almost as much as Kun, and that's a very dangerous thing.
Yeah, I know. Kun is, yeah, I would like to have we ever had them talk to each other? Kun and
Only that
director?
one time when they first
Like
met
like,
in the test room with
okay,
the
they weren't
car.
alone though.
No, they weren't alone.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, Kun wanted to kill off Rachel, dude, and like he failed.
Yeah,
Can't wait for the next episode, dude, to see how that one's gonna go.
that was, I like the end of the episode after Rachel, uh, basically, have you ever seen The Lion King, Ray?
Yeah, man.
Do you remember
The
the
stampede scene, maybe.
do you remember the pivotal scene?
The stampede? Of
Where
course I remember the stampede. It may be a great moment of film.
yeah, when Scar, he just throws him off, and that was literally what Rachel did. She was like, "You know what? You have to die." I don't know why, but, it's gotta happen,
I'm
and
really
I'll be
excited
king,
for
you
the,
know?
the next episode.
Yeah,
I want to see what they're
finale.
gonna do with it. But yeah, season one is going exactly as it should. The only thing that my gripe of Tower God is that they are cutting some details,
Mhm.
like minor stuff that do add on. That's really about it, or like some world building stuff. It's
I
like,
think that's tough because, like, it's the same thing that happens with when books
mm-hmm,
get, adapted into movies, right? There's, like, always a bunch of stuff that gets cut just because they have to,
mm-hmm.
you know?
I look at Harry Potter and like I think one of the first thing that comes to mind is they cut Peeves and they cut like the house elf thing for Hermione in the later books,
Mhm.
where like she has her house elf rights that she wants to
Yeah.
get set up. Those are like the two things coming out for Harry Potter. Or don't be like The Hobbit, dude, and add an entire storyline to your book.
Yeah. Or just add or just increase the size of your story by 300%. There's also the thing, was that in The Hobbit or was that Lord of the Rings? The, like, joke that everyone makes with the eagles?
That's Lord of the Rings, dude.
That's Lord of the Rings. It's
Like,
like,
why
why
not
did
just use the eagles to fly into Mordor?
yeah, I can see it. It's right there.
I
We can
think it's
just go
something
a
to do
little
with, like
further.
the eagles would be tempted or something like that. It's something
Oh,
really like
okay,
with like
yeah.
Sauron. They explain it somewhat in the books where it's like, okay, the eagles don't have any power there.
Yeah, yeah, they gotta have some sort of explanation.
There's like deep lore behind that.
So
But
next episode, right, of Tower God, right?
yeah, the finale,
I
the
think
big one.
that, uh dude, so Yuri took both of their swords?
Yeah, she took both. She's like, come take it
That's
back
dope.
when you're ready or
Yeah.
when you're good for it.
So
Basically saying, Anak, get good, fam.
yeah, get good, grub.
When
So,
you're good,
like,
you can take this from me.
she is she trying to collect them all, or is she just trying to, like, prove a point?
Well, first
Or
of all,
is it
she can't use the black march. Let's be honest. The black march is useless to her.
I mean, it was useless to Dorsey as well. She was just hitting things with it.
They're all just hitting stuff with it. They all know Bomb is the one who can really use it.
Yeah. He
Green
hasn't
April,
used
she
it yet
took as
though, right?
a disciplinary.
Mm.
He only used, I think, black march. I think like the one time.
Was that when, like, he went to a coma?
Like no, that was like episode one, dude.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've it's so far away, you know?
It's. I mean, it's 11 episodes away, dude. It's got to be
Yeah.
far.
Like 3 months ago.
Yeah, man.
I hope we get some okay, so that's what I was trying to say, and I just went off. After that happened, after the, Scar and Mufasa scene,
Okay.
um, the credits rolled, but, like, they rolled in a way that there wasn't actually, like, an ending, it, like, rolled over the actual episode, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
and all it
like
was it
the
was just
classic
showing.
anime finale where the ending theme plays and then the show is still going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It just showed everyone's reaction to stuff, which didn't make any sense because there's no way they would all see what just happened that they should be reacting to, but, it's anime, so it works. And, they're all just turning their heads. There's a very funny cut of the sleeping guy, and he had no reaction because he was sleeping. I thought that was funny. He just laid there, and,
One of the best characters.
yeah, he's great. Oh, that was another thing, right? He made all the fishermen, like, levitate, which was
Mhm.
cool. Um,
This is a kidnapping.
yeah. Uh, yeah, so I imagine that's gonna bleed into the next episode where they're all like, "Hey, this thing just happened. We have to go figure out what's going on. Probably go find Bam, because he can't just be dead, you know what I mean? I mean, I guess he could. They could, like, do Game of Thrones with Ned Stark, just kill him in the first season, But I don't think they're going to.
Bold move by Game of Thrones, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I remember watching that for the first time. I was one of the millions that thought that Ned Stark was gonna be the main character, and he wasn't.
Like Ned's gonna save the throne, dude. He's gonna
Yeah,
win the game, dude.
he
Nope.
has to.
Turns out he dies like everyone else who plays.
He was weak anyway,
He
you
had
know?
his resolve, but that was really it.
Um, yeah, I just think they're all gonna go. They're all gonna find out what's going on with Bam, what's going on with Rachel. Maybe we'll get some sort of, exposition from the director. Not, like, telling everyone what his plan is, but, us just kind of
Mhm.
being with his character by himself and, some classic villain monologue, you know what I mean?
It's like
Because yeah.
weird to even think of him like he is a villain in like a sense that he's like going against them. He's like trying to make a certain amount of people pass this test because they're supposed to.
Yeah.
But like that's really it. He's not like trying to purposely be in all of their way. Just
Mhm.
specifically a knock in this case.
But, like, okay. Do we know his ultimate goal? Is it just to get rid of Anak? Because I feel like if it was, he could just do that in 2 seconds.
How to get rid of her in a way that won't make it seem sus. Which is like,
Oh, okay.
mhm.
Who would who would suspect him that would be a problem for him?
I mean, you got like Leroro be like always. Well, he's sus already. Leroro's like he's looking. He's like, I don't know if that's good, Chief. He's
Okay.
like the only one. The other ranker just like doesn't care
But,
at any
like,
point.
what would happen if he knew? Like, would he fight him? Because I feel like
I
the
mean, they're all rankers, dude. It's like,
yeah, yeah, so, like,
mhm.
he would fight him and, like, I don't know. I feel like the director is too smart to have to worry about
Anyone
any of the
else.
rankers in the tower,
He's
you
only on the
know?
second floor.
Yeah, it is 2nd floor, yeah. So each floor has its own ranker? Is that how it works or no?
But, okay, so like this is actually Evankel's floor. They keep saying Evankel, you know. I'm not sure if you noticed that name being tossed around. At least a couple, like every like 2 or 3 episodes, they toss out this is Evankel's floor or something like that. Evankel's not here.
Okay, I was about to ask, have I seen him before?
He's not here. She's not in this. She's not here. This is her floor.
Okay.
This guy, the director, works under Evankel,
Oh, okay.
and he's running the
Alright,
tests right now. Evankel is not on this floor at all.
alright.
Like so, he's actually working for someone else, and he's doing all this.
So he's like, Kabuto.
Yeah, man.
Was that an accurate, analogy or
Yeah,
no?
because Kabuto has his own plans and he does whatever he wants, but he works for Orochimaru at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I thought it was good. I'm excited for the next
Mhm.
episode. But
Yeah, it
yeah,
definitely
that
threw you for a loop there.
it did, yeah. I was like, "Man," I remember watching that, I was like, "Wait, wait, wait." Like, backed up, like 10 seconds or whatever, and I was like, what just happened?" But yeah,
Pulled
that
him in, and it's like, You lose, buddy. You lost the game.
We do have to figure out what we're gonna do for next season, though.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we don't have to figure out this episode because we still have one more next week. But just keep that in mind. Try and look up next season. Look up what shows. You know what I mean?
I have a website actually that lets me know. Not Mal. Not using Mal. I'm using this livechart.me. Highly recommended, by the way. So if I go to the main page for livechart.me, it should pull up. So here's summer 2020, and also lets you know when the episodes are coming out as well. So let's see. And there's a lot here. Yeah, convert times to U.S. and Canada Eastern. Thank you very much.
You have to make sure you're in the right time zone.
Yeah, and it lets you know like what time the episodes are supposed to drop as well.
That's pretty cool because yeah, I've been doing this for weeks and I still don't know when when episodes come out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I get used to it now. So like I know on Saturday, like Kaguya will drop on Saturday.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I know Tower of God drops on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think yesterday for me drops on Sunday. I think we determined that one.
Oh yeah, because you watched both of them on accident the one week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm looking through here, dude. There's YuGiOh 7s. We can watch YuGiOh 7s.
I am gonna pass on that.
Okay. What about Duel Masters? Do you remember Duel Masters? That was a weird time.
I don't know what Duel Masters is.
It showed on 4Kids like a while ago.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about like way back in the 4Kids days. So actual seasonal shows right now, we got Futeki Gosha? Yeah, that's how we say that one.
I absolutely hated what you just did. Don't ever do that again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I already added a bunch to my list, but I don't remember.
Too much here, dude. I mean, like too much like sequels that like are good, but then we can't watch. But then
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
tough, right?
I don't know, like what you feeling for next time? Because like what we got going on like right now. So we got our romance drama going on for a couple more episodes.
Mm-hmm. So
We got Tower of God. Tower of God's like a weird shonen action type thing. But I related more to Hunter x Hunter, but Hunter x Hunter's still shonen. So I still drop on there.
So I have a technical question for you, Ray. What you what your opinion is on this, right? So we're gonna finish Tower of God. We're gonna replace it, right?
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna continue seeing yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So when that ends halfway through the season, what are we gonna do?
At that point, we have a couple options. So we can either try to catch up on an anime and then watch normally.
Sure.
If that doesn't work, we just have to slowly do other things, like maybe like watch a movie or something, and just like have that fill that time.
Oh yeah, just have like an extra thing that
until
fills
like
it.
a season, and then we drop that.
Okay.
That would be my best bet.
Um,
or we can replace it with an older anime series and then just like slowly
Oh
move
sure,
over
yeah,
there.
that's true. Yeah. So all of the ones that I added to my plan to watch, right? Because
Of course.
have some interest in them, right? So I did Kanojo Okari Shimasu.
See that one?
Do you have
I
the
saw that
list
one.
up? Do you know? Do you have something to reference with the words I'm saying?
Kinoshita Kazuya is a 20-year-old failure of a college student.
Yeah. But that's probably in the same realm as Sing Yesterday, so maybe not that one.
No, this is a rom-com, dude.
Yeah.
This can easily, if the comedy is heavier, we can actually roll with that. The punches on that one.
I have so I'm gonna do the English name because the Japanese name is 17 words. The Misfit of Demon King Academy.
Oh, I think that was that the one I just did just now?
Maybe.
The Mahogakuen no Futiki Gosha.
Yeah. We have the God of High School, which we're not going to do because
We're not doing God of High School.
it's too close to Tower of God.
It's too close to Tower of God. It can replace Tower of God if we wanted to, but I'm not doing it. I don't think we should do God of High School. Because I find that like even though the first season's gonna be fine, it's not gonna draw people. It's not gonna draw me.
Sure. Okay.
I'll feel nostalgic, but that's the only thing I feel for it. It's just sadness.
We have Decadence.
I think I saw that on this list.
It's like a not a post-apocalypse. It's like a sci-fi thing. There's like a threat of stuff, and yeah, they're like repairmen on like some spaceship and stuff. I don't know. Seem cool.
Or we can watch Dokyu Hentai HX Eros.
What is that?
No, we're
Was
not
that a
watching
joke
that.
or
That was a joke. That was a joke. It was a joke.
Okay.
I said it pretty straight faced. I'm sorry.
No, I'm trying to read and listen at the same time.
Yeah, what about Digimon Adventure, dude?
Digimon Adventure is probably 1,000,000 episodes.
It's episode 4.
Right now?
Right now it's on episode 4. Or episode 4 is dropping in a week. The new one made in July 2020.
We have Iki. Okay. Westgate Park. It's like whatever Westgate Park. It's like a mystery drama.
I'm really trying to find that one now. You have no idea. Westgate Park.
Ikebukuro Westgate Park.
Bro, I'm scrolling. Yo, legitimately, this is not Mel, so it may not show on here.
Yeah, like it's tough because I feel like as the years go on, there's just more and more sequels. You know what I mean? Because that's just the landscape.
Well, it's not like that. It's like more things are becoming popular enough to get sequels.
I mean, let me just rattle off some sequels next season. We got a ReZero thing. We got a what is this? Yeah, SAO. We got the Fire Force. We got the teen romantic comedy
Shokugeki
thing.
Fruits Basket.
No Guns Life. Fate. We have that
Fate
crazy.
Sequel? Is there a Fate sequel? Or is it just
Fate
a movie?
adaptation. Yeah, it's a movie. Never mind.
Is that the Camelot movie? Because that doesn't count. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is. We have No Guns Life, which I never finished the first season, and the first season that I watched was really good, so I gotta catch up on that. We have the crazy Attack on Titan thing.
Oh yeah, the 50 recap.
Yeah, which is insane. And I think those are all the sequels that I see. Yeah, like
the Sword Art Alicization recap, dude. Come on.
Yeah. We'll just have to figure that out before next week, before next episode, so that we can let everyone know.
Find out now, dude.
Yeah.
Can we? I don't know. I'm just saying.
I mean, if you have one that you feel very passionate about.
I don't feel anything passionately at this point.
I don't have emotions.
Like the most I can say is like the Uzaki show and the Peter Grill are going to be comedies. Like that's just what they are going to be. That's really it. Peter Grill may end up being bad. I'm not even going to joke about it. It may end up being awful, or it could end up being amazing. I don't know.
That's the thing, right? Yeah.
Monster Musume no Oisha-san. The first couple of chapters are pretty good. Oh, what was that one show that you had last time? It was a couple seasons ago. I think I'll go back to Winter.
Yep, sure.
It's Winter.
Darling in the Franxx.
We can just watch Darling in the Franxx. There you go.
You still have to watch Darling in the Franxx for your
I have to watch it
project.
for my research project. That's correct. What was that one show, dude? The Inspector.
YuGiOh 5Ds.
That one.
Oh, Inspector? Oh, yeah, I
Dr.
remember that.
Inspector.
Yeah.
Because Inspector is the English name. Let me not lie about it. Because
Oh,
I knew
yeah.
about it from the Japanese name, which hurt me a bit.
I finished that show. It was okay.
It's like I read like the first couple chapters
Mm,
when this came out, and then I think it got licensed. I think I may have told the story already. The show got licensed,
mhm.
or not the show, the manga. So I didn't read it anymore. And then I saw Inspector came out, and I'm like, that looks cool. Then the memes come up, and I'm like, oh, I remember reading the couple chapters of the show.
I thought the
And
show was kinda drawn out, especially in the last half. It's like, "Alright, we get it. We're gonna do something here. He's gonna fight this thing. Alright, yeah."
that's where the manga come in clutch.
Are you still trying to look up shows?
I was looking, and I gave up honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just look at, them more in depth in these next few days. Try to watch some trailers, you know what I
If we
mean?
were in the peak time, we would have watched Ishizoku of reviewers when that was there.
Yes. I would have loved that.
Because we actually potentially may have picked that.
Maybe, yeah.
We may, because it sounds so bad that it could actually be good, and it turns out that was the truth, and that hurts.
It
That
got, like
hurts a bit.
it got, like, what was it? Removed or banned or whatever from,
from
like
from live show. Yeah,
yeah,
they couldn't show it live.
and then, like, Funimation picked it up and was like, "We'll do it," and then after one episode, they were like, "We're not gonna do it anymore."
We understand what this show is now.
We will be the heroes. Never mind. Yeah,
We could have picked that up, and it could have been really funny for like how long it lasted. Or
it would have been.
this show we actually like. It could have hit peak comedy in like a way that like we would have actually been like, this show ends up hitting like the weird points of anime, and you're just gonna be like, well, this is just what anime is at this point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially, like, ecchi or whatever.
That's as hard as it can go before like it turns.
Yeah.
Again, I think I told you, Prison School manga, dude. He tried so hard to get this thing canceled.
Oh, yeah?
He was going as hard as he possibly could. He's like, how far can I push these scenes before they cancel me?
Did did we watch Prison School together, or did I just watch it by myself?
You may have watched it by yourself. I didn't watch it.
Okay, because I remember watching it, but then I remember talking to you about it as I
Prison
was
School's great,
watching it.
by the way.
Yeah, it was good, I liked it.
It's like, it's actually funny
Mhm.
in every sense. It's so ridiculous that you have to laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
The author knows what he's doing. I mean, when he writes, obviously, he knows exactly what he's doing, what he's planning. But the fact that he was trying to get this canceled, and he just could not for his life. He's like,
Yeah.
"What do you mean this can't not be canceled with how I'm doing this?"
I wanna read it because I think the manga goes past the anime.
It goes way past, dude. Like
Yeah,
way past.
yeah, yeah.
That could be one to add to your list.
Yeah, I already have it, I just didn't do it yet, you know?
Fun. Again, ridiculous points.
So, Ray, do you have so I haven't talked to you all about this, so I don't know how much progress you made.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch any Space Force?
I watched one episode.
You okay. Do you have anything of note?
Marcus is not my homie.
Okay. Who's Marcus? Who's that?
The chimp.
Oh, oh, okay.
He is not my homie.
This is probably one of the best episodes,
I can
I
feel
think.
it, dude. This shows off a lot.
Yeah.
Marcus, he was the homie, then he
Yeah.
did not became the homie.
So, like, he wasn't at the very beginning, right? It was like, there's no hope. He's not a human.
Then Marcus had max hope.
Yeah.
All the
He
hope was put into Marcus.
did the thing, he put on the helmet, he took
He got
6
the drill.
minutes to grab the drill.
And then he actually got the piece and it lined up. And we're like, it's
Yeah.
looking so good, dude. And then he spun. And
Yeah.
boy did he spin.
And boy did he spin.
And then he was going to the sun. And man, were the Chinese like, oh, he's going to the sun, we got him.
Yeah. Came in out of nowhere. Just scooped him up. And now I don't know how, but somehow they'll get intelligence.
Out of Marcus.
Yeah, they will get all the secrets of Space Force.
I guess all I have to do really is just like look at like his camera footage and like the reverse side of it. They can try to like track that.
Yeah, maybe.
Like see the receiving end, so they'd see
Mhm.
like what. Yeah, that's all they have to do with it. But yeah, that was fun. It was a fun episode.
If
I quite enjoyed it.
yeah. Is there anything else that happened? It was just that,
It was that and trick
right?
homework.
Oh yeah, that was nice. I like that at the end.
My Russian guy was like, I could do it for you. He's
Yeah,
like, nah,
he
I'm
really
good.
wanted to come in the house.
He has plans
Yeah.
to do with a middle schooler. I'm sorry,
Yeah, that's not okay.
he's not okay.
But, like, also, he's definitely a spy, right? Like, come on.
Imagine if he wasn't though.
The 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 greatest pump fake in all of television is that he's actually not a spy. He's just really
Try
suspicious all the time.
and he just like really wants to be with this underage girl. I don't know, man. He's a criminal in
Yeah,
a different way.
so weird.
He's his own type of criminal.
There's also the, like, the shock moment, I guess, when, Marcus does his thing, and then Steve I don't remember what his name is in the show. Steve Carell is like, "Alright, what about the dog?" And the dog does not
Dead.
exist anymore.
He's dead. Marcus ate the dog.
We
Marcus is
just see
not my homie.
yes, he's not my homie. He's absolutely uh, we we saw the roller coaster of emotions there because in the beginning when Marcus was doing great, Steve Carell was like, "Give him the highest award we can
Possible.
give yeah, possible." And then the one scientist was like, "Well, I mean, he's a chimp. We can't give him anything or whatever." But Steve Carell didn't care. And then by the end, he was like, "Take away all awards. He gets nothing." He's
I
he's not a
rescind my previous statement.
yeah, everything's gone. Yeah, it's crazy.
That episode, I do enjoy that this is like a more, I will say, serial show.
Mhm.
It's gonna go follow a narrative forward. I do appreciate that. But I do
Yeah.
like also episodic shows. I think like I can be like so like Avatar: Last Airbender. I think of both an episodic and a serial show.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Korra, I think, is a serial for the most
Yeah,
part.
yeah, more so. Yeah. I think the tough thing about Space Force is that there is the comparisons between it and The Office, you know?
Only because Steve Carell's in it though.
Yeah, only 'cause Steve Carell, and, like, it is a very different show,
Mhm.
and, sometimes the pacing is a little weird, but, you know, it's fine. It's good, you know? Where do you wanna go next, Ray? Any, anything in particular?
We can hop into anything. What do you want to hop into?
Okay. Let me see what we have left. Let me,
We did our episodes. We did Space Force, so that leaves the two movies.
I wanna go in a good order.
We got Jojos and we got One Piece, and then you
Alright.
also have Kaguya to talk about. So
Dude. Okay, so I wanna go
yeah,
to
man.
Akira. Did you
Oh,
did you watch Akira?
okay. Let me preface with this. I
Okay.
read parts. I read like the manga up
Okay.
until I believe the bar sequence.
Bar sequence. What is that?
The when Tetsuo first arrives at the bar the second time, where he kills the bartender.
Okay.
I read that far in the manga, and I thought the manga was a bit different, so I looked it up on good old Wikipedia. I was
Mhm.
right, dude. The manga is actually very much different than the anime,
Okay.
and then that also has to spin on this as well that the anime is also critically acclaimed in its own right.
It is, yeah.
So the fact they were able to create two separate stories, and like
It's
I'm
great.
saying, the manga is already completed. You know what I'm saying? By
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
time they're writing this movie, it's already done, dude. It's like wow.
Yeah, that's impressive. Definitely.
But yeah, this is like an example where like they changed the entire script, and they're like, well, not the entire script, but like they changed the script, and they're like, it's different from like cutting and like adding to a movie. It's like we just throw this out and it's a new movie, boy. We got
Mhm.
you. That's what they did, and they made it good somehow. So congratulations, they did a great job.
So
My
this
brother
is
was not fond of the
no, go
movie.
ahead. He didn't like it?
he didn't like it, and then I had to explain to him that this is a 1988 film,
It
and that
is, yeah.
literally like this kind of spawns what the future of anime is.
Yeah, definitely. So this is where my other rant comes in. Are you ready?
Hit me with it.
About this movie, okay?
Hit me with the
So,
rant.
first off,
Maybe this episode's gonna be called Rants Part Two.
maybe, yeah, yeah. Uh,
Where's Part One? It's in here too.
yeah, it's somewhere, you just gotta look for it, you know? So I gave this movie an 8, right?
Okay.
If I
I feel
could,
like
I
that's
would
acceptable. I thought that's
if
acceptable. Yeah.
yeah. If I could, I would have given it a 7.5, but Mal doesn't do that, so I gave it an 8.
I agree and understand.
So, I'll start off by saying, the animation quality and the art style, are not the reasons why it got docked points, okay? I'll make
No,
that clear.
you can handle this. This I know. I looked at it and I actually thought that it was pretty fluid for the most part.
Yeah, I thought the animation quality was very good, especially from being, in the '80s, and I thought the art style was very nice.
It was lending itself to it actually in a weird way.
It was, yeah, yeah, yeah. So that wasn't the reason it got docked points. The reason it got docked points is because, to me, this movie it has a lot of really cool elements, right? It has, like, the terrorist organization, they're, like, praying to Akira even though they don't even know what Akira is. We got the numbers, the, like, zombie, power kids who got all these things that they got going on. We got the military versus the politicians, which I thought was very cool. We got, like, the biker gang, we got, like, something else that I can't remember. So we got all this really cool stuff, right? The only thing is I don't understand what the point is of all of this. You know what I mean? Like, to me, there isn't a through line between all of these, different stories.
Yeah, it just happened, chance. At least in the movie, at least it like portrays it that way,
Yeah,
where they just
and
happen to go in disorder.
And to make a comparison to something we've already covered on here, I'm not gonna go in depth on it because people may not have seen it, but the Pancreas movie we watched,
Oh yeah.
right? That had a lot of really cool elements. It had, like, the relationship, whether it was love or more or less, whatever. It had, her maybe dying or getting closer and closer as she has 2 years or whatever, how we're dealing with that. It had a lot of really cool set pieces, like the train and the hotel, and we got the school library, right? It had all this stuff, but then also it had a really good through line of them changing each other for the better as as the unfortunate inevitable, of she knows she's going to die at some point, right?
Mhm.
Akira for me didn't have that. It just had a bunch of stuff that happened, a bunch of really cool stuff, some really cool action scenes and, some cool, like, transformations, both literal and figurative of the characters. But then and then the second part of this is how it ends. It just kinda ends with Akira being summoned by the numbers. I don't know why they did that because they did it,
A
and
weird like
then
Snowpiercer ending, I'll say.
okay, I never saw that, so I can't
Okay.
relate. Um, but it didn't make sense to me because they summoned Akira because they said that, you know, uh Kaneda was like, "Oh, what's going on? What are you guys doing?" And they're like, "We brought him here. This is what." And then, but a few minutes later, they're like, "You're gonna destroy everything. We got to get out of here." And I'm like, You didn't know that was gonna happen? Like he very much has a reputation of destroying everything.
I think a
Uh,
K states it the best way. What would you do if an amoeba had like this power? It would just consume everything around it.
yeah,
And they literally tell you that like that's Akira. That's the other girl. She's like, that's what Akira is.
yeah,
Like you literally say Akira is just a force of destruction. And it's
hmm
like, oh, he's destroying
yeah.
everything.
So like, you could argue that it was to like battle Tetsuo, right? Who was losing control of his powers, who was like kind of becoming Akira, I guess. But then so there's like a huge white light, a huge white energy that's just destroying everything, right? And then Tetsuo, I guess, has some weird like flashbacks to him and his friends having a good time. And then he just stops, right? Is that what happens?
I think
Because
what I thought, what I was seeing, I thought Kaneda was seeing Tetsuo's memories
okay,
when that was happening. Like he was going, because he was in there, he was seeing the memories that Tetsuo had.
okay.
That's how I viewed that as.
Was he influencing them at all? Because why did all the destruction stop?
It was really weird.
Because then after that, we have the ending scene of the white light shrinking down to a marble,
Mm-hmm.
and then Kaneda
Disappearing.
claps it, and it's gone. And then he turns to the one girl, and he's like, "Let's get out of here." And they ride off into the city as if it was a sunset. And then there's like a little ending part where we have Kaneda's face, his like eye, or not Kaneda, Tetsuo, his face, his eyes, whatever. It like zooms in on him into his brain, and then he says, "I am Tetsuo," and then credits roll. And I'm like, is he God now? Like what? I don't understand what just happened.
I think they leave it open ended on purpose, right? My personal perception, what I thought. The scientist was looking, he's like, they're creating another universe.
Yeah.
Okay? So
Mhm.
I'm assuming that Tetsuo and all the other children, okay, were dragged into this realm. And I
Mhm.
guess if they don't live, then Tetsuo's the only one who's actually in charge.
Okay.
But it's like separate from everything else.
So where do the numbers come from?
They showed it a little bit where like they were like testing them to see if they had like powers.
Okay, so are they humans that were born that happen to have powers, or are they humans that they gave powers accidentally?
Or were they being experimented on? I feel like that's something the manga would have more like inspect on. So
Okay.
find out.
But
It's never
Akira
explained in the film.
Akira was a person, and then they like died, and then they like froze, like cryogenically froze his or
Part
her body
for
parts.
for research, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was the perfect specimen.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a really
It's
weird
weird.
film.
Yeah. And then it was when we found out that okay, so that's another question I have. The girl, the like human girl who was
She's
with
like the beginning of something.
right because there's many times, especially towards the end, when she spoke, and then it like paralleled what the numbers were saying.
Mhm.
So is she part of that group as well? Is she like spawned from that? Does she have powers?
I
Like,
think it was like partially the movie paints it, okay. At
mhm.
least the way I saw it. Was that like she was touched or like she was noticed by I want to say the Esper girl, I'll say.
Okay, yeah,
So I'm assuming that she saw that she had the potential to also become like them.
okay,
And that's why she picked her specifically.
sure, yeah,
At least that's the way the film portrays it, at least for me. Where she's like looking at everyone, you know what I mean? And she's like, "Why did you choose her?" And then like obviously now she's like, she's the beginning. So like I feel like that was like what we were talking about earlier again, where like this is the evolution of mankind, where people will start developing these powers, and
mhm.
she's just the start.
So
But if that's
did
the evolution though, so like these are all just experiments they were doing
yeah,
to try to tap into that. Because Tetsu was just a normal person at least before.
he was, yeah.
So if that's the case, then everyone else was originally normal, and they're just tapping into that.
So did the other numbers die at the end?
I feel like that's open ended too. They said
That's
they're gonna go
open-ended?
with Akira.
Okay.
I feel like they sacrificed themselves. Like they were definitely saying like they were gonna give up their lives to save Kaneda.
So the whole new universe thing, that didn't happen?
It probably did happen. We just can't see it.
Okay.
It just
'Cause, yeah,
shrunk down.
I remember that when, the scientist, yeah, he was in his little, facility, and he was seeing the, like, light hologram thing go
Mhm.
crazy, and he was like, "It's like they're birthing a new universe." I was like, "Okay, sure." Uh, and then Tetsuo became, like, a gross, like, flesh baby, and I was like,
Mhm.
"This is weird. This is like some Darling in the Franxx nonsense that's going on right now." Uh,
Did that happen in Darling?
No, but, like, it's, like, that level of, like, "Oh, this is happening now."
Oh, okay,
You
okay.
know what I mean? Where, like, b before he was, like, Jean Grey, right? He had,
Okay.
like, force powers, his hair was going up,
The
he had a really big
strongest.
yeah, uh, he was trying to fight, all of his friends, and it's like, "Come on, man, that's not worth it." And then he became, like, this weird thing, and then, Kaneda had the special laser gun that apparently no one else, no other armed military was like, "Hey, we should come back
With
with
the
more
gun.
of those because we had a lot of them in the beginning, and then they got destroyed by him. We should come back with more of those because this middle schooler is is killing the most powerful thing our world has ever seen, aside from Akira, but we didn't see what Akira did in their past, so we don't know, like, what
Like
his
a
level of
normal it's a
destruction.
normal day for the Japanese. I mean, they're, like, they're chilling in, like,
Yeah.
Tokyo, dude. The Olympics are gonna be happening next year. That sounds oddly
Mhm.
familiar. I don't know why.
Didn't Tokyo just have Olympics? Or they're about to?
They pushed the Olympics to next year, my fam.
Yeah, 20 yeah.
Also, that was one of the things I did note, and when I saw it, I was like, "Oh yeah, Akira kind of predicted the Tokyo Olympics." Anyway, it was like a nice nod. Let me just put on that.
Yeah. Shout out to the colonel. He was
He's
cool.
he's a good character, dude.
Yeah,
He's
he,
like fire the soul.
yeah,
You do not want to fire the soul.
no. Oh, yeah, that was another thing, right? So, there was, like, like, tactical strike is basically what it is, right? So,
Yes.
it's a huge satellite laser, and, didn't work, of course. So then Tetsuo went up and he, like, grabbed it and started firing it? Is that what
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
And then he threw it into the sun?
Tetsuo ended up becoming a monster, dude. What a beast. He's basically like, imagine like someone just randomly became Superman one day.
Yeah, that
And
that is yeah, that is
that
exactly what happened.
like someone who was bullied all their life. Well, he wasn't really bullied all his life, but like he was looked down upon. He felt that he was lesser than what he should be.
Which is really dumb because then
He
at
shouldn't
the
feel
end,
that way.
he fought Kaneda, one of the only people that always stood up for him and, like,
Mhm.
wanted to be his friend, and, like,
Ever
he
since
didn't
day one, dude, he was your homie.
yeah, the only one. And then even when you stole his bike, he didn't kill you.
He
He
was
was like,
like,
"Hey, man, it happens," you know?
"Let's get you some help.
Yeah,
Take you back
like,
in."
and you're
What a
over
nice
here
guy.
yeah, you're over here with these uh, phoenix powers. You're trying to kill him. Like, what? Doesn't make any sense.
He's done nothing wrong to you. He just wants to help you out.
Yeah. It's like we're friends. We both ride bikes, you know? What else what else more is there, you know? How else do you make friends besides riding bikes with each other, you know?
Your hair waving in the wind,
Yeah.
riding together, feeling that bromance thrive.
Yeah, I thought it was fine, you know? I feel like my expectations were set a little too high because of
It's like
how, like, well regarded this movie is and, like,
I can.
how much it's,
Mhm.
you know, like you said in the beginning, how much it spawned so much
I
of
can
where we
definitely
are
say it
today.
is definitely a visual masterpiece.
It is. It is
There
really good.
there is no doubt. This movie is visually fantastic.
Mhm. I wanted the motorcycle to be a bigger part, though.
I feel like the motorcycle is memed a lot though. So like, at least today. So like, you expect it to be in the film more.
Yeah. We have that cool, like, slide that's,
The iconic
referenced
slide
yeah, it's iconic, and it happens in, like,
in the
kind of a
first
real
5 minutes.
yeah, and, like, super quick, and, like, it wasn't really that cool even. He just did it, and then, okay, and then the, like, chase ended, and I was like, "Now we're moving on with the plot," and I was like, "Oh, I thought that would be a bigger, more, like, impactful scene," but no, it just kinda happened.
Which is a really cool slide, and people are like, I like that scene. We
Yeah,
can use it.
I like that.
Write that down. Write that down.
Yeah, yeah.
Like slide. I
Yeah.
joked to Rashawn that like this is what caused 5Ds to happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see it. why don't we take the card game and we play it on motorcycles? Is there ever a destination in 5Ds or is it like NASCAR where they just go in circles?
Like this weird odd fact that 5Ds is actually the most lore built out of any of the Yu-Gi-Oh series I've actually consumed, and I've only
Okay.
consumed 3, dude. I've only
I mean,
consumed base Yu-Gi-Oh, GX, and 5Ds. 5Ds is like so much weird lore. They just pound into that. It's like,
mhm.
damn, son, so much. It's like at first you think, man, this is just dueling on motorcycles, and they're like, then the ancient gods start appearing. You're like, what the heck? Aliens and all this other nonsense. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Like Yu-Gi-Oh had like some deep stuff. Obviously, like I also saw Dark Side Dimensions recently.
Oh, nice.
Kaiba is the main character.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know what his goal in that movie is?
What?
To revive the Pharaoh.
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah, that
post
is.
Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
Mhm.
So the Pharaoh's gone. He doesn't exist anymore.
Some of those, Yu-Gi-Oh! Movies were, pretty cool.
They slapped. This one slapped too.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, dude. Like, because this is technically canon, quote unquote canon lore, but
Yeah.
also non-canon because they made it a movie how many years afterwards. It's really weird. I enjoyed it because like Kaiba has too much sauce in this movie. Like, he's like, my magic can't do anything. He's like, my technology. He's like, my magic can destroy your technology. He's like, my technology is not just succumb to the magic or whatever. It
Yeah.
surpasses it. And I'm like, what are you doing? Or like, there's like this one scene like really early in the movie where like he's dueling the main antagonist for the film when you first see him, and
Yeah.
then so like it's like some weird the duel's happening, and then he's like your monster cards, their effects are gone, and he just slaps the ground and gets obelisk, and I'm like, what the world, dude? Like you slap the ground and obelisk comes into your hand now, and he's like your monster effects don't have any effect, and he's like obelisk is not a monster, it's a god.
Like, no, I no, actually, if you if you open up your rule book, you'll know that a god card is not a classification of card.
He is a divine being, not strength, not bound to your human rules.
Yeah.
How else can I just draw him from the ground?
He also didn't believe in that god stuff for, like, the longest time.
I think season 7 hit, and he's like, "You mean my ancestor was a priest in ancient Egypt? That's crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
You mean he protected the pharaoh? Why would I ever protect him? What do you mean Bakura was the villain all along?"
What do you mean? He was the evil one. Yeah,
Then we got
man.
some shoddy stuff. Shoddy came back, and my brother was like, "Who's shoddy?" And I'm like, "You don't even remember who shoddy is? That's
Mhm.
crazy. Do you even remember who shoddy is, dude?"
Nope, I sure don't.
Shawty's that one guy who like enters like the pharaoh's mind, and he's like, "Yo, what you got in here?" And it turns out Shawty was a ghost the entire time. But then it also
Mhm.
turns out in this movie that he died as a ghost previously again, because Shawty apparently was like way back in like that same season where
Yeah.
he died. Died in like that season, the same season where like they had like Bandit King Bakura and like the Priest Seto.
Yeah, yeah.
He died in that arc apparently, and the entire time you're like Shotty's a really dope guy. He keeps coming in like every like 20, 30 episodes, you know, like he's just vibing with the crew. You're like, when's he coming back? And you realize he's been dead the entire series.
Yeah.
And then this movie was like, oh yeah, there's Shotty. Look at him. I'm like, yeah, man. And then he dies again, and I'm like, you mean to tell me he died again as a ghost and came back? Are
Mhm.
you kidding me? And imagine that, like, okay, this is a weird spoiler part. The main antagonist's entire reason for fighting everyone is because Shadi dies like 10 years later, 10 years like in the past, or whatever, because Bakura kills him when he first puts on the ring.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that's your reason for revenge? Did no one tell this man Shadi was still a ghost and alive for the entirety of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, that would've been useful information.
It's like he was alive as a ghost for the entire time before he passed away in peace after finally saving the Pharaoh and letting
Mhm.
him go on. That's like what are you talking about, dude? No one told him this? Like this would have solved the entire movie. It's like, I'm sorry to tell you, but like Shoddy was already dead. He died thousands of years ago, dude.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, you gotta tell me that when I'm sitting down because I don't know if I can handle that.
Calling him Master Shin, and I'm like, he's like, Master Shin died to you. And he's like, I don't know, but Bakura never met Shoddy. Are you kidding me? He doesn't even know who he is. It
Mhm.
was convenience sake that like none of the characters who knew Shoddy has met this goon beforehand, just to maybe explain the situation and be like, because he's laying low key. He's like, I'm just a normal student. There's no way I have powers or anything. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
No way I'm looking for revenge to kill Bakura and maybe Yugi because he's the embodiment of the Pharaoh.
He has the Pharaoh in him.
The movie was 100% fan service. It delivered more fan service than Endgame.
That is very impressive. Because Endgame is like 90% fan service.
This Yu-Gi-Oh movie somehow delivered on the fan service
Mm.
to a maximum degree. That's me going off on Dark Side Dimensions.
Yeah.
Feel free to like and subscribe.
Feel free to subscribe to my YuGiOh my YuGiOh rant channel. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, how was One Piece?
Dude, so One Piece was pretty good, you know?
How was the Rayman cut? We're gonna call it from now on.
Yeah, so let me switch over real quick. Down.
I think I did a pretty good job with the Rayman cut. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Yeah, so I watched so where I'm at, I
Mhm.
watched the first 8 episodes and then I watched the East Blue stuff. East Blue movie, whatever, right?
Mhm. And did you watch the Goemon episode or no?
No. I stopped
Okay,
at the East Blue
that's fine. You can just stop at East
thing.
Blue right now. But Goemon
Yeah.
you can just watch later. It's just
Mm.
a one-of episode.
Um let me try to remind myself of stuff that happened. Okay, so uh so some of the stuff I already knew. I think you showed me the first couple episodes before
Yeah.
at some point. But so yeah, we all know, you know this more than anyone,
Mhm.
he got the devil fruit, he's a rubber person. That was cool stuff. That's classic, you know what I mean? Um let's see, some people, so he met Zoro. That
Mhm.
was really cool. Zoro
Zora's dope. Zora's dope.
is a character that I've
You
seen
mean
before.
Solo?
No, I'm not gonna call him that because I don't want to.
It's dub.
Uh,
Hurts a bit whenever I say Zolo. My heart just like
yeah.
next
Uh,
thing I say Sanji smoking a lollipop, and then I'm like, I'm out, boys. Goodbye,
watching the Four
goodbye.
Kids version. Um, yeah, we got Zoro. He's cool. We got the 3 swords. That's dope. We learned that his whole thing, you gotta be the greatest swordsman, right? Uh, he is not there yet. Jumping all the way to East Blue. He fights this dude that I, I don't know if it's fact or if it's just
Oh,
to
it's
him.
fact, dude. It's fact.
He is the
Yeah.
greatest swordsman ever of all
Yep.
time.
Straight up, no
Yeah, he
doubt.
fights him and he gets destroyed. Like he's not even close. It was really funny. He
My
beat
man
him.
beat him with a paring knife.
Yeah, it was like a butter knife. You know what I mean? It was well, Zoro has his 3 swords. Got him, and then he had a lot of respect for him. A lot of respect for Zoro for he's like, I'd rather die than back up and whatever, right? And
Or take a. It's like was it scars on a swordsman's back or a shameful or whatever?
oh yeah, because he was like, fine, I'll finish this battle off with my epic sword. Just
That
gigantic,
that, that was the I like you moment.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, respect, respect. He's like,
Hmm.
you don't get the paring knife now. You get the actual sword.
That was like
Like,
going back.
you deserve a warrior's death. You don't deserve this.
Yeah, going back to the MCU. Remember in Infinity War, uh, Chris Pratt's character, he was going to shoot Gamora because that's what Gamora wanted, and obviously he didn't do it because then Thanos closed his hand, turned the bullets into bubbles, and then Thanos told him that he likes him because
Hmm.
respect, right? He was like, "Wow, you were actually going to kill Gamora." So it's like that. Um, so yeah, we got Zoro. We also meet Nami. She's part of the group. She's like a thief. We see her backstory, which was cool. Her older sister or her like adopted sister, right?
Yeah.
Um, is a pretty cool character. Did she die in the end, or she's
No, she's
good?
fine. Adopted
She's
sister's fine,
fine.
dude.
Okay.
I think
Um,
that her name's Nojiko. I don't
yeah,
remember. Is
sure,
that right?
yeah,
Okay, then I'm
maybe.
gonna
I
roll
don't
that.
know. I don't think I wrote it down because we'll probably never see her again.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, you only see her like every like maybe like 100, chapters, whatever, when it's like going back and she's like, wonder how Nami's doing. Or like she
yeah.
sees like the bounty in the papers and she's like, that's good. You
So her whole thing was with Arlong pirate. Uh,
gotta hear his classic Zihahaha.
yeah, yeah. He got beat though. We got the help of our Straw Hat gang. Just
Rise
got
up.
him. You know. Um,
Even
very
Usopp
similar.
was useful.
What?
Even Usopp was useful.
Um,
Get his Tabasco sauce.
yeah, yeah. Uh, he's a character I care least about right now.
You should. I
I'm gonna
mean,
be honest.
Usopp right now, he is, I think, the weakest character early on. And I think that makes him one of the strongest characters later. Is that like he knows he's the weakest,
Mhm.
and that creates a pivot point for him in the series.
Yeah, because so far his backstory was just he's a pirate, but like it doesn't mean anything because his island like doesn't really have pirates, so he's just the dude there. And then Straw Hat Gang comes and uh you know meets him and is like, "Oh man, you're pirates. You're gonna go on this thing. That's crazy." And then more pirates come in and they're like, "Man, we're gonna just destroy this place." And Usopp just doesn't do anything. I mean, he has that moment where he won't let them pass the hill. He's like, "No, I can't. I won't let you go into the village." And I'm like, "Okay, that's admirable, but you have no fighting skills whatsoever, especially against these very powerful people." You know what I mean? Um, but then Luffy, right?
Mhm.
Luffy,
Yeah, Luffy. Yeah,
Luffy, yeah. He uh he just does the same thing every time. You know what I mean? He's got his rubber arms, just destroys them the same way he's done literally every antagonist so far in the show. No one ever learns. Um, so we got the gang together. Oh no, we have one more person. We got Sanji is his
yeah,
name,
man.
right?
Yeah, Sanji's the last one.
Yeah, his whole thing. He's
The
got the
chef.
whole yeah, he's on the ship. Uh, I don't remember. He's like he's like a chef, or is like there's a person who took him in. I don't know if it's his dad, like a chef, and they're working on the thing. And then they got the other pirate dude. Well, we have multiple pirates, obviously, but one pirate's got like a lot, all the spikes on his thing, on his cape or whatever.
Don Creek.
And yeah, Krieg. Um, there's a one dude in his crew that has the like stick ball things.
That's Gin.
Yeah, and he was like on his side, but then he took out one of his own crew members. But then he was like, "Nah, I wanna take care of these people myself." I was like, "Okay, there's a weird turn there, but sure."
Gin's really not that good. I mean, I'm sorry to break it to you, but Gin's not that good.
Yeah.
He like flip flopped a little too much.
Yeah, I was like, "I don't understand what's happening, but whatever." Um,
Like his last act, I guess, like in the most prominent one where he just saves Sanji by putting the gas mask onto him. But that's really about it.
mhm, yeah, and then Luffy does the same thing again because Krieg is like, "You won't dare hit me when I have my armor on," and then Luffy's like, "I'll hit your armor. I'll 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 kill you through your armor," and then he does. That is what he does. He wins. Um,
Luffy brute forces everything. That's part of his natural
yeah, yeah.
sense.
Um What other people we got? Also earlier when they were getting Zoro, they beat the one dude who had like the axe arm, you
Accent
know?
Morgan.
Yeah,
What a
super
guy.
easy to beat him.
What a guy, dude. He has an axe for a hand, dude.
He does, yeah.
Doesn't have any appendages there.
How
He
how
just
did
doesn't
this
have no
happen?
fingers.
How do you eat food? Um, yeah. They also beat Buggy, the
Buggy
clown
the
pirate.
Clown, the strongest of all One Piece characters.
Yep. We had a really cool moment there where he was like destroying stuff with his like buggy cannonballs, right?
Yeah,
And
Buggy
then
bombs.
Zoro came in and he was like, "Nah, we can't have this." Apparently, his devil fruit power is that he can like separate his body to like different parts, which is very annoying. A very annoying foe, right? And in the end, Zoro was just like, "I'm just gonna fire one of your balls at you, and that's how I'm gonna win." And I thought the scene was very funny because he was doing it. He was like lifting the cannon and they flipped it over, and then as it landed, and it was pointed at Buggy. They all freaked out, and I was like, "You can just move out of the way." Like the chances of him turning the cannon to actually get like a pinpoint aim at you are very slim. You can just sidestep the cannon. You know what I mean? But no, we're all gonna sit there in a very tight group so that when he fires, it'll hit all of us. Also, when they were going to shoot Luffy in the cage, right? The like wick or whatever, I don't know if that's what you call it, super long on the cannon. So
Yeah,
long. They lit it like 2 minutes went by and I was like, I understand, they don't want to make them instant because if something goes wrong, they want to get out of the way, right? But it's like a 2-minute timer on a cannon. You gave Zoro so much time to get here. You know what I mean? But yeah, but then something I didn't pick up when I first watched it was that Buggy didn't die. He just got hit by it because
yeah.
then he comes in later, you know?
Mhm.
I don't remember what he does later, but he comes in later and whatever, it doesn't matter because they beat him just like they do everyone, you know? Um,
Fun fact is, I don't think that Alvida dies either.
uh,
I know Alvida doesn't die. That's the joke. I know she doesn't die.
where did we see her?
First episode,
First episode, yeah, okay. Yeah.
the
Yeah,
fat
she doesn't
lady,
die either. Right. Yes. I remember her, yes.
the one who
Um,
bullies my boy Kobe.
mhm.
My
Yeah.
boys Kobe and Helmeppo.
I thought that was a very nice
Let them
moment.
foster.
I thought it was a really nice moment when Luffy fought Kobe intentionally to, like, make it so, "Oh, see, we're not friends. I'm not a pirate. I wanna join the Marines," you know? I thought that was nice. But then in the end, when they were leaving, the, like, Marine captain or whatever told Kobe that, "You have some really nice friends." And
Hmm.
I was like, "Okay, so you understand that they're friends
Yeah,
and that what they just did was a farce, and you're still gonna let them in the Marines? Isn't that, like, against the rules?"
it's more like they realize that that's what he wants to do. I guess
Right. But he could be a spy.
pirates don't have spies. Are you kidding me?
But he could be, you know what I
He could
mean?
be a spy for someone else. Yeah, not like really.
Um,
Pirate crew. The hand. Yeah. There we go.
we'll see some backstory for Luffy. His dude, that's not his dad, right? That's just, like, a guy.
Yeah, that's Shanks.
Yeah, Shanks. That's how we
Red.
know he got his hat,
Yeah, red
right?
haired Shanks. Yep.
And then we also know so, uh, the East Blue episode, right?
Absolutely blue.
Uh,
Classic.
yeah,
I did tell you a little bit that I was going to cover stuff that you already did see. It was
yeah,
supposed to
yeah,
cover, yeah.
yeah, which yeah, I remember you telling me that, but they, they didn't change things, but they did add a few things here and there. So, we see the origin of his eye scar. He just stabbed himself
Yeah, he stabs
because
himself. Yeah,
be because he wanna show he was tough, and I was like, "So we didn't see that in the original cut," you know?
that's something you see like later on. They like added into like a later episode. In the manga, that's like straight up. They already have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was about to ask that because, like, so for episodes upon episodes, I don't know how many it is, dozens,
It's like it's like to tell you the
whatever.
truth. So you're supposed to. So you're supposed to see Luffy backstory.
Mhm.
I believe when they show Buggy is when you're supposed to get Luffy backstory.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we didn't see that though.
Yeah.
We saw them in the bar with like
Mm-hmm.
the like mountain bandits and oh
Mm-hmm.
man, why didn't you get him? He spilled alcohol on you. Whatever, right? And then we saw him get eat by the fish. He lost an arm. That was wild.
Yeah, Shanks is kind of crazy.
He is, yeah. I hope that we probably will. I mean, you can answer it, but uh, I hope that we see more of him. I assume at some point we will. But that's kind of what he's striving to. I mean, I don't know if the whole reason Luffy's a pirate is because of Shanks, but
It is.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely doing everything.
It is. It is.
Yeah, I mean, and
Shanks is definitely the biggest inspiration for him becoming a pirate.
yeah, and like his whole mission is because of Shanks. He's like, oh well, I'm just gonna become the king of the pirates to show you that I can be a pirate, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because like that was like Shanks' whole thing where he was kind of egging Luffy on, like, oh, you'll never be a pirate. You're just a kid. You don't have the heart or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like obviously, I feel like that was a very like mentor thing. Like, I think that he feels Luffy can be a pirate. Just he needs some motivation, and also he's a kid, you know.
He's not gonna risk his life by like saying, "Hey, come on my boat." We do crazy stuff all the time.
Yeah.
He's like, "No, you're a kid. Stay home." It's like you're not coming with me.
And also, you can't swim.
It's like you forget you ate that fruit, dude. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But look at him now. Oh man.
Yeah, I remember when he jumped out of the barrel, right? Because he was sleeping.
Yeah.
And then the pirates were like, "Whoa, we can't have this!" And they came down on him with the swords, and the swords snapped. And I was like, "Oh man, this dude's crazy." You know, his power. I don't know what it is yet, but swords don't work. Bullets don't work either on him. Or like small bullets. Big
Yeah.
bullets work. Small bullets don't work.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah.
That was your small taste into One Piece. So I'll just go through a real quick cover up of things that I kind of want to point out.
Mm.
That's been going through. Buggy and Shanks know each other. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah. They were like shipmates back when they were first coming up.
Mm-hmm. It's something that they actually cover. I'm not sure if you saw the opening for any of the episodes.
Yeah.
Where it's like just anyone who watches One Piece, classic opening, you got your wealth, fame, power, all these things the Pirate King had. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I think you find out then that Shanks and Buggy, they're part of the Pirates King crew.
Mm.
They were legitimately like there. They were part of the Pirate King's crew.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. They're from what we've seen, they seem to be two very, very like powerful and seasoned pirates.
Buggy, lacking a bit. I mean, let's be honest, it's Buggy for you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But Buggy, I think, takes things slow on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Shanks? No one knows. I mean, I know, but I'm just not giving answers for anything.
Do
Mihawk
we
is crazy.
know
Continue. But you're gone.
from what I've seen, because I can only write so much stuff down. Did he say where he was going, or he just said that he was going on a couple voyages?
So it's assumed that he, like Shanks, is going to follow the path that is set for him, where he's going to go to try to be the Pirate King as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They all got
Yeah.
their own plans that way.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mihawk has his own. Mihawk's boat. Let's talk about Mihawk's boat real quick. My man is just
yeah.
on a coffin boat,
Yeah.
just vibing, just him.
Hmm. Do we no, never mind. No. The kind of jarring thing for me with this Rayman cut was at the end of episode 8, we saw, for like 2 seconds, we saw Usopp, and I was like, man, who's that? That's
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be their next antagonist, right? And then it jumps into the episode of East Blue, and it's like, oh, okay, that's one of their friends or whatever.
It's not a clean cut. The only reason I have like all the way there, so the first 8 episodes is literally to get Buggy.
Mm-hmm.
Buggy's not in East Blue, as far as you saw. Was Buggy in East Blue?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah.
Exactly. They cut Buggy from East Blue.
Mm.
He's not there. Buggy is a central character, ironically. So we need to see him early. If Buggy was shown in East Blue, I would have maybe like said just watch East Blue entirely. Get it? Buggy's not in the East Blue episode at all. So I said just watch the first 8 episodes so you get Buggy in his entirety. It feels better that way. We're missing Goemon, but Goemon is like stuff that you will understand now after watching all that. He'll break into you. Arlong, I think, is one of the crazier, cool villains. He kind of introduced himself. And Luffy versus Arlong may be one of the cool things that you saw.
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it.
Nami's sadness. Luffy just doesn't care.
So I'm kind of trying to go through my notes, right? I have a question for you.
Hit me with it.
Does Buggy have like force powers as well? Because there was a scene where one of his like subordinates, right? One of his pirate people.
Mhm.
I think this was no, it was before that, but like one of his pirates didn't do something to his satisfaction, right? It's like, oh, we're supposed to get this thing. Oh, you didn't get it. Oh no, Buggy, forgive me, right? And it like cuts to Buggy, and he's like on his chair, and he's like really he's like upset, right? It's like, oh, you should have done it right or whatever. And then it cuts to the pirate dude, and it's like Buggy is literally like force choking him,
Mhm.
and like he like the like pirate dude like lifts up a little bit, is like grabbing at his neck like he's choking, and I'm like, because that's the first we ever see of Buggy, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, so he has like force powers, that's cool. And then later we get the fight between him and Zoro, and he can like break off into pieces, and then I'm like, so he has 2 powers?
Okay, so I don't know. It must not have been displayed correctly. I don't know how like the animation was done, but like he was supposed to like obviously he released his hand, placed on man's neck,
Okay,
lift him up, choke him.
okay.
Mhm.
I don't remember seeing a hand there. It
Yeah,
it was a in
it may not have been displayed, or like they may have like done it like later. It may have been lazy
okay,
animation.
okay,
His hand not supposed to be around man's neck, lift up.
okay.
I
See,
guess they did that way so like it's more mysterious. Like, oh, what's he doing?
mm,
It's like no, he just controls his body parts. What a fiend!
let's see.
Oh, the dog, the dog.
Yeah, we have the dog. Oh yeah, that was the whole like animal tamer thing.
Mhm.
And yeah, good guy Luffy, you know. By the end of it, right? Because like the dog's thing trying to protect the pet store or whatever, right? Uh, by the end of it, like Luffy defeated the animal tamer and stuff, and then like Nami was like giving him attitude, like coming back, and she was like, "Oh, you pirates are all the same. Oh, what happened? You were over there, you beat the dude. You know, you're just coming over here to gloat or whatever." And then Luffy just walked by her and dropped the pet food in front of the dog as like, "Hey man, this is all I could get. You know, I'm trying to help you out here." And the dog accepts him. He's like, "Good on you. Thanks, man. I'm gonna rebuild. We're gonna be stronger." You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
like Nami over here giving attitude for no reason. She wasn't there with the fight. She doesn't know what even happened. You know?
It's just Nami, my man. At least early Nami, pre Arlong. Not really interested. Always has like that weird mentality. Post
Mhm.
Arlong, Nami's different. Pre Arlong, it's like okay, this is what we get right now for Nami. She hates pirates passionately.
Oh, that was another thing. Talking about Arlong, right?
Hmm.
There was there was a moment where uh Belmere, that's her name.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. She I don't know. It was like Arlong was taking people, taking money or whatever from their
yeah. When she
place.
gets got, dude, crazy.
Yeah, she gets shot in the head. And I
Arlong
was
has no
like,
hesitation, dude.
"What?"
Yo, imagine showing that on 4 Kids.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think they did show that on 4 Kids.
I was like, yeah, probably not.
I guess you just hear the gunshot. Really, that's just about it. Maybe they just
Yeah,
like
probably, yeah.
extend the frame. Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
man,
no. Arlong goes hard, dude.
yeah, definitely.
They
I'm,
played Nami so he played Nami so well. It was crazy. It
mhm.
was like all that money, man. We'll just have the Marines collect it, and then that's just coming to my pockets later.
Yeah. Yeah, he was another one that, uh, had a plan, you know?
Arlong definitely was not someone to mess with. And then Luffy's like, "Is this where Nami stayed? Just tear the room apart. This is it."
Yeah. Yeah, man, Luffy, you know, he very much cares about his crew.
Very straightforward.
Yeah.
So hopes for you. I mean, good luck. I mean, if you're going to continue, there is Usopp redemption.
Good.
There is redemption for him. He knows he's the weakest. It hurts, dude. He gets his redeeming points later. Sanji is a skirt chaser to its maximum appeal. Zoro is Zoro. He does Zoro things, which usually means lifting weights, hitting the
That was pretty
gym.
cool. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
only
man,
biggest thing they do is maybe just show Mihawk. That's like the largest thing that comes up in East Blue, really. Is that Mihawk's there?
yeah, I feel like that's, like, a taste of, like, the power that these characters can have, because up until this point, Luffy is probably the most powerful character, or at least he just wins all the time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, he wins.
He is the strongest person there. It's not even a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Then,
Mihawk
yeah,
cut a ship in half. I mean, are we going to question
he did.
anything at this point?
He did do
It's
that,
like
yeah.
he cut a ship. I mean,
Mhm.
it's like that feat right there. Zoro can't do that right now. You're not strong enough. Also, Zoro broke 2 of his 3 swords.
Yeah.
He guess which one he didn't break, dude. That's crazy.
Did they keep that, or was that, like, retconned
They
later
show
on?
it. The one that like when you see the blade handles, that's how you know. The one
Okay.
that's the white handle is Queen's blade.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Turns
I
out
like
that's actually the only sword that survived.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's very, moving that whole story along.
Also, Queen died to stairs. How do you feel about that?
What happened?
Queen died to stairs.
I don't know.
She like has her illness or whatever, right? She
Okay.
dies. They don't show it in East Blue. She dies because she fell down the stairs.
Oh, yes. Dude. Okay. Because yeah, they, like, made their promise. Like, "Oh, we're gonna try to be the best whatever." And the next day, it just hard cuts. And it's like, "Listen, Zoro, something happened. She just fell down the stairs, I guess, and died?" And I'm like, "That's how brutal are your stairs?" Like, y
She like bust her head open, dude, and like was
yeah.
bleeding. It was horrible. She was crying, "Zoro, Zoro, where are you? It's getting dark."
Yeah, that was, she fell down the stairs, that's crazy, you know? Like, man, I understand what she was doing, like, phones don't exist, so it's not like she
She
was
like
on her
had her sword
phone.
in her hand. She like tripped.
She actually died before she hit any stair.
It's like, Zoro, check out this trick I just learned.
Yeah, man, I'll definitely continue it, you know?
The
I don't
Sanji
know.
backstory is kind of big too, but that's about it.
Yeah.
He was just found by this dude.
Mhm.
It's like, hey, who are you? He's like, I don't know, man. I don't have a family right now. He's like, I'll take you in, dude. You want to cook? That's crazy.
You
Turns out we
wanna
get
cook?
marooned on this island.
Yeah.
That's also something they cut from the Four Kids cut.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. We can't
It's
show this.
like your man ate a leg, dude. Sanji became a cannibal.
Yeah.
Or no, not Sanji Zeph, really. But let's be honest.
Yeah, that was weird.
Nice guy Zeph, dude. Nice guy Zeph. Gave up his leg, dude.
He did. I feel like, he didn't have to do that.
Could have just
He
split the
could've
food.
he could've went about it a different way, but no. It's gotta be some characterization, you know?
That's really it, though. That's One Piece. At least the first introduction. That's your crew right there.
Mhm.
That's your group that you're going to be following for a majority of the story.
Yeah.
So you obviously new crewmates or whatever, but that's really like your core. Usopp the coward, Sanji the chef. The only other relevance Usopp has is the fact that his father's in Shanks' crew. At least early on.
Mm.
Where his father's Yasop. That's really it. That's it. That's One Piece. We're done. That segment's over. One Piece
So
segment's done.
I want to do Love is War next.
Let's go. We'll
Right.
dive in.
I caught up in season 2, up to episode 10. Okay.
I didn't see 10 episode yet, but I heard what they showed. So I already read past it, so I know everything that's happening. So that's fine. We can discuss it.
Okay.
Great detail.
I like it so far.
Mhm.
You know, I think it's better than season 1.
Great. That's wonderful to hear.
Um,
Your cons of season 1, I think, have like it. This was the show I was actually gonna bring up actually when I was talking about episode of Serial, where I was gonna say like Love of War is clearly an episodic show where you can show people, but it has
yeah,
that serial thing going in the back that's just like lurking. It slowly progresses.
I think my issues with season 1 was that it was just too episodic.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like there was just multiple episodes where stuff happened. I just didn't care. You know.
Like you were like it's a good bit, but like this doesn't really help anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just like it's like just like this doesn't even have like the president or anything else involved. It's just like the other side characters like doing their own thing with them.
hmm
Doesn't yeah.
Um, so let's see. Let me try to. So one big thing that happens, we got him, the president, right? Shirogane.
Of
He
course,
is rerunning for president. You know, new term, new
of course,
life, that
gotta
sort
do
of
it.
thing. And that girl, don't remember her name.
Which one, Miko? You know,
Yeah, yep. There we go. She's running against him, and she just sucks. Like honestly, she's not good.
such a
She
great character.
she can't speak in front of a crowd, you know, unless Shogun tricks her into it, right?
Honestly, bold move by Shirogane. What a great
That very bold move, yeah. Uh,
It almost cost him the election.
yeah, yeah. I remember right after that, a bunch of people like came up to Miko, and they're like, "Man, it was close. We voted for you." It's like, how close was it exactly? Because because Shirogane, I don't know what he's doing, you know.
Turns out it was very close. He only won like
Yeah,
30 or 40 votes or something like that. Something absurd. Where it's like,
yeah.
yikes. And then those are the votes that Kaguya just happened to buy.
hmm um. Let's see. Who your president thinks the Lord touches it? Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Oh yeah. And then so after that, right? We're like, everything's great. Miko, uh, joins the student council, which is amazing.
Leaving her friend Kashiwagi behind.
Yeah. I mean, to
By
be
choice.
fair,
Kashiwagi's like, I don't want to be there.
yeah.
She's like, ew, the council? No
She.
way.
Yeah.
She's like, if you were leading the council, Miko, 100%. If you're not leading it, nah, count me out.
Yeah. I mean, because she even said, right? She was like, I don't even want to do this. I'm just doing this to support Miko, right? Um,
What a great friend.
yeah. And then we get some more bits with Miko always walking into the student council room, and something just clearly wrong is happening.
The
You know, of
wrong
course,
time.
what happened?
At the wrong time every time.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Where it's like they're not doing anything crazy. It's just at that specific time it looks very weird. And then that goes as
Okay.
far as to her wanting to quit, right?
Wait, hold on just one moment.
All right. And so, yeah, she like wanted to quit, and she I don't think it was because of only that though. There was another reason. She what else was it? Was it that she didn't think that she was good enough or something like that? Yeah, I don't remember. Uh, but yeah, but then she gets talked out of it by her friend, and I think let me see. Oh, right. That's what happens because she thinks that the president is evil, and she has all these delusions, right? Um, and then her friend is there with a meeting because that's, of course, who she would go to in stressful times, and somehow it turns to where she doesn't think the president's evil anymore, she thinks, Kaguya is evil, like, she's, like, pulling all the strings and, just completely, uh, flip-flop to the other thing, but it's still wrong. It's like two sides of the same coin, but the coin just isn't appropriate. Um, but then she decides to stay for some reason. I think it was to prove that she's evil, because I think there's even a scene later where she, like, confronts her about it, but it doesn't work because, again, wrong place, wrong time, nothing bad was happening. Uh, and yeah, I think that's kinda where her line ends, because she does stay. There's a really weird tension in the room at all times, remember that. Yeah, uh I don't think it goes anywhere from there, though. I think maybe they just make up, and they're just like, "Nah, there's none of this is real. Here's what's going on." Uh, but then we move on later to, more important stuff with the president and Kaguya. Uh, they are right, so man, I wonder where Ray went. I bet you he probably went to go get a charger. That's probably what happened. 'Cause you remember, the first episode, was it? I think it was the first one. His thing just went. I think it said, like, 12% too, which was funny. 14% maybe? Because, like, ooh, I mean, if your phone still has 12%, you'd imagine it would still work, probably for a while. His did not, and it died. It died in a very funny freeze frame because he knew it was happening. He probably saw the little message come up, and, it just died, which again doesn't make sense, I guess maybe computers do that in case you're, like, in the middle of something, and, so, like, for example, right, I I was gonna use a past example, but I can use a current example. I edit using, Premiere, right? And I guess maybe if you're editing on a laptop and you're in the middle of it, it wouldn't let you go to 0% because if you didn't see it happening, then, the computer would shut off and then everything would delete. So I guess maybe it does that to, like, "Hey, we're at 10%. We're gonna go into, like, hibernation mode." That way your computer's still running, but, like, the battery doesn't actually shut off, so everything will be saved, I guess, maybe? There's probably a setting in there somewhere that he could do and would fix that. He'll never do it, though, you know? It'll never happen. That's probably what he's doing now, probably getting a charger. Um, I don't have to worry about that because I just plug it in. Uh, probably should have thought about that before starting. Probably should have just put on a charger because that's what a responsible person would do, you know? He's very known for being irresponsible, so, um, yeah. I don't wanna go any further because I don't wanna further the some things I want him to hear, so trying to think of other stuff to say, yeah. Akira was a little bit of a letdown for me. We just hear all these things, it's, of course, parodied so much and, did spawn so many things. Uh, it looked really good, that whole '90s period is really just a downfall, there's a lot of outliers, but, um, with it being in the '80s, still looked good, quality was good, style was good. Uh, of course, there were things here and there where you could tell that if it was modern, there would be some more detail here, like the background would be different. Uh, the way they play with lighting was obviously not contemporary in any sense, but I mean, it was bad. Because again, comparing it to the Pancreas one, probably a much bigger budget as well, but like the backgrounds were crazy detailed and uh, the whole lighting thing. It's kind of weird how some shows do that where they have lighting be like real lighting. It's not just like a highlight, uh, but it's still fine. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right.
My mom wanted me to taste her brownies.
Oh, okay.
A1.
That was not the reason why I thought you left. So my guess was, as I was telling these people, uh, was that you went to go get your charger because you didn't want a repeat of episode 1.
Again, this charger is brought every single time. I need to bring it.
Okay, yeah.
I can't really show it, but I mean, let me see if I can. Maybe nope, I can't. It's too.
It's fine.
It's the perfect length where I can't touch anything now.
So yeah, I stopped talking about the show because I didn't want to have to repeat myself. So
I heard lighting, and I was like,
yeah, I kind of rehashed some things about Akira. So yeah, so to kind of end off the whole Miko thing, uh, I th- I think the last we see of her is when she's talking to her friend, and she's like, "Hey, I want to leave because I think Shirogane is evil," right? And then somehow the conversation flips to her friend not meaning to, but she convinces her that Kaguya is the evil one,
he's
and
like, he's
she's
like,
the one
are you
pulling all the
sure it's the
strings.
president? Like the president, has he done anything to you?
Yeah.
Who do you are actually doing stuff?
Mhm.
And she's like,
Which is crazy because like it's not true. It's all in her head, and then her friend even has like a little aside where she explains that Miko has a very active imagination. You know. Um, yeah, I think that's the last we see of her. I think there's probably something later where it's like, oh no, it's a big misunderstanding. The whole thing,
Tsumagi's
but
great, Miko's great. They're all great.
yeah.
One of my favorite characters, I think, this season. I will interrupt real quick and say the Love Doctor.
I don't know who that is.
Doctor, Kaguya's doctor.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Sure, yeah. They're cool.
I remember reading his chapter, and it was just iconic. Where every
Mhm.
character looks like all anime like, and he's like super realistic, and he's like, "You're
Yeah.
lovesick."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was a great scene too, because yeah, she, like, passed out or whatever, because she got close to Shirogane, right? Or something like that? Um, and then, yeah, she's trying to say it's, like, a, like, heart thing or or something, and he's like, "No, it's because you're in love." And she just refuses to accept it. So even, like, her friend, uh, is like,
Hayasaka,
"Yeah, you need to stop because"
you're embarrassing me.
yeah,
I
and, like
also go to this hospital.
yeah, yeah, "I also come here. I I'm never gonna be able to show my face here again because of you." Uh, but yeah,
They put her on like the amazing machine that came right out of Akira.
yeah, yeah, I thought it was like a, uh, MRI thing, but it seemed way more than that, you know?
Looking back
Very
at it, that was probably Akira inspired. Write that down.
probably, yeah.
Super high tech, state of the art machine.
Uh,
He's like, everything's perfectly fine.
uh, so we get
Yeah,
some things at the
they played Mario Kart.
oh, yeah, they did, yeah, it wasn't called Mario Kart, though. I don't remember what it was called, but it was very clear, it was the same font, it had the same sounds. Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
Oh. Um, she learns a calming ritual, which helps her for the most part, but then we have, a cool scene where it's like a, like, Street Fighter type thing, and her calming ritual fails her, uh, and it wasn't even over anything crazy. He just wanted to ask her something, but she completely misinterpreted the situation and just blew it out of proportion, as she does every time she talks to the president. Uh, what was like a crazy thing, we get more backstory to Ishigami's character, right?
Yes.
And it kind of explains why Miko hates him, like resents him. Because I guess there's like some like stalking rumors from back in the day, back in like I
Mhm.
don't know middle school or something, whatever. But it wasn't true, right? It was just
No,
like there was
he
like
just takes
people,
it. Yeah.
yeah, it was just people thought that's what was going on, and then they ran with it. And it turns out that Miko actually helped him a bunch throughout all of that. Obviously without telling him. Um, it's kind of explained through her friend of like
Mhm.
how these two are actually more alike than they are different. Uh, it was nice. It was nice there. It was a sad backstory though. Like he didn't do anything wrong. And then we were learning that through the present time where he actually joined a like cheerleading club or whatever,
Yeah.
and Miko's friend told the like captains or whatever, like, "Hey, I don't think he joined this club as like a joke. I think he's serious about it." Trying to help him, trying to help Ishigami, actually enjoy something, actually be a part of something. And the captains were like, "Don't worry, we can tell." And it cuts to him and like he's like actually trying. So that was nice.
Kaguya trying to help him out. It's like, put on my uniform. We got this. Kaguya and him have that weird relationship where like she
Yeah.
can be straight with him, and he can be straight with her, even though he is scared of her. He's
Yeah.
always like, he's still like, well, she always helps me out though.
Yeah. That was like
It's like it's just that she can be scary sometimes, but
from
she's
last
yeah.
uh from last season with her helping him study, but like it was like a death trials studying, you know? It kinda reminded me of, do you remember the Darren Shan series?
Ooh, which one?
Darren Shan, with it doesn't matter. The the vampire one, right?
Okay, okay,
Um, I only say that because the main character's name is Darren Shan in the
that's true.
you um, I don't know where I was going with that.
That's a really weird self insert. Anyway,
Yeah, I know. I I remember watching that or reading it, and I was like, "So why did he do that?" You know? Very odd.
the last book it's like ah ah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, but yeah, we get more of, the president's dad, which is something you mentioned last time, right?
What a Chad character.
Yeah. How, like, he's talking to Kaguya, and it's like, he was not telling her that he was his father. He's like, "Hey, so, what do you think of him, you know? What did" and he was just so hard because she would tell him things like, "Oh, he has the best grades, and he's the president of the student council or whatever," and he would just shoot down everything. Like, "Oh, I already knew that," and, "Oh, that's all he has going for him."
What a pathetic waste of life.
Yeah, yeah, uh, but then at the end, yeah, the president comes in and he's like, "Hey, this is my dad," and, she's very flustered because of it, and, uh, he's another one, he's playing 4D chess, he did that on purpose. I don't know why,
Papa
but
Shirogane strikes again.
yeah, he's trying to mess with people, I guess. Uh,
Called
but
the
yeah, man.
phone and he answered and he's like, "This is Shirogane."
Yeah. Yeah, man, he is the Loki of the show, you know? just here pulling strings, just doing it for his own amusement, right?
Good. So great. Every character is good in their own right. It hurts to say the truth.
Mhm. We have a great thing, this is the second to last, like, episode 9 or something, where, Chika and Kaguya are fighting over who will teach the president the dance, and I just love Chika's character in this thing because, you know, she's, like, trying to teach him, right? And he's just not getting it, and he gets, like, upset or she gets upset, and then they, like, part ways. She's like, "Whatever, have fun trying to find someone else," right? And then Kaguya comes in immediately, and it's like, "Oh, easy, you know, this dance, you just watch them do it, and then you copy it, and it'll look great, and you'll be ready for the festival or whatever." And Chika just comes in out of nowhere, and she just very smugly sits down at the desk, and it's just like, "Oh, really? Is that all you have to do?" Is
Her
and she just go
Vietnam flashbacks are hitting her. She's like,
yeah,
"Is that all you have to do? Really? Let
yeah,
me see how easy it is then."
yeah. Oh, if it's so easy, yeah. Um, but I mean, you know, to Kaguya's credit, it works. Well, no, I mean, I forgot about that. It doesn't work, right? Um, because then they start fighting, like very physically fighting over who will teach him, and that is like what he draws the inspiration from to like uh gain the passion for the actual dance. And they're like all happy and stuff, and he's like very upset because he's just literally upset, you know. But he eventually does the dance, and it was all nice, you know.
Success, dude.
Yeah. That's kinda where that's kinda up to episode 10.
No, it's pretty good. You're good. And yeah, this is going exactly how it's going according to plan. Like these next couple episodes, they're going pretty. So they're pretty sure they're going to cover like either 1 or 2 chapters, because that's just how much there is to cover for these next couple episodes.
Yeah.
Like again, like they're going less from like the bits, and they're just trying to like actually like go hard into what actually is happening. At least with Ishigami at this point is where it's going to be with.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the actual motivations are actually getting pushed a lot further this time around, you know? We're, like, getting more and more development of the, like, weird the weird love war that they're having, you know?
Mhm.
Uh, you know, which is nice. And, yeah, we are getting more, like, backstory to some side characters and actually making them real characters, you know, not just people that are in the background of, like, funny bits, right?
Yeah, of course.
Which is good. Yeah, we only
I
have,
like it.
what, like, 2 or 3 episodes left.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And then you know it's going to get a season 3. It's so good.
Yeah, it has to. Yeah. It's like one of those shows that, like, very, very mainstream, very, very popular, right?
And for a reason, it just happens to be good.
Yeah.
It's a classic play on a normal rom com, flips the script a bit, has its own drama as well, which it likes to insert every now and then. But other than that, it has its own way of doing it, and it's good at doing it.
Yeah, yeah, real
Mhm.
good.
That's
Uh,
Kaguya, dude.
yeah, we only have 2 things left, right?
Yeah.
I guess I wanna do Jojos next, alright?
Okay. Let's go. Let's go to Jojos.
So I
You
finished
finished
it.
it.
I did, yeah, finished
Okay.
it.
How was it? It was a ride. It was a journey.
Uh, it was good, you know?
I think you
Uh
understand now why I said why this can be like the only complete part.
oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, so, obviously, you know, we do spoilers for everything, but very much spoilers for this because this is the end of this.
The
Um
most critically acclaimed part for a reason. This is comparing this to Akira. There's no doubt that they'll just maybe actually end up being better. Shirts.
So I have a ton of notes here, right? I'm not gonna go through all of them, but the very first thing, kind of going to what you said, you know, complete, is that Jaro dies, right?
Yeah,
He's just gone,
Kizaru's
which
dead,
is
dude.
nice because you know, I think you kind of get that feeling a lot earlier than when he actually dies. But
Mm-hmm.
I th- I feel like for me anyway, and at the very beginning, Gyro was the main character,
Yeah,
right?
and it
But then
transitions later though. Like you feel
yeah,
that shift happen
yeah,
through the story.
yeah, to where Johnny, he's actually the main character, and it's all about his story and his growth. Uh, and Gyro is just there as like his friend, as his secondary, kind of building him up in different situations and stuff.
That's exactly what happens. Like the way it opens and gives you Gyro. Like
Yeah,
Gyro's pretty dope. You get Johnny. Johnny's just trailing with him, and it hits the point where Johnny surpasses Gyro,
yeah,
and now Gyro's trying to catch up.
hmm yeah, because yeah, exactly what you said. Like he would teach him stuff, but then it does hit a point where Johnny's potential surpasses whatever Gyro has learned. Yeah, it's good.
Gyro
Let's
gets a
see.
stand. He finally gets a stand at the very end.
Yeah, yeah, finally.
It's his one move before his death.
Mhm.
Ball breaker.
Yeah, which is great because he finally gets it. He finally, in death, you know, he's able to make one last move.
It doesn't
Uh,
work. It just works for a moment, which is like
yeah, yeah, it works, but it doesn't actually like uh finish the job, right?
it was the key though. It gave Johnny everything he needed to find out what he has to do.
Uh, so let me try to go in order here.
Let's go through order.
Um, we have the corpse just going inside of Lucy's body. Very
And then
odd.
finding out what the corpse actually is one of the more.
Yeah, yeah, like why they're searching for it, why it's special, like even later on you find out that, going with the whole finding out what the president's stand is, right? Um with that, this corpse only exists in like this universe,
Yeah.
right? And like why it's like, him like, oh, I gotta take the napkin, he keeps using that analogy. Um yeah, really cool. Oh, and like yeah, with like the corpse's powers of like it repels bad and draws in good, right? Or
hmm
something like that.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
It's like
So
a
yeah.
really weird item of divinity.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like it like literally shifts the like earth
Mhm.
around everyone.
Love train.
Uh, so yeah, we were introduced to another character. We got the like disco guy. I thought that his stand was cool with the grids, right? And if you stand in them, he can like press buttons on his watch or whatever, and it actually like appears in real life. Uh,
Forgot to bring it up in like the second video we did for you covering Jojos, your second half or your second third. I forgot to bring up your boy, forgot his
yeah.
name. The runner, the Indian.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember his name.
Yep. Forgot to bring it up because like I think he shows up and like that's when you actually find out like,
Sandman.
yep, Sandman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sound man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Right. Like, it's Sandman, but actually it's pronounced Soundman because yeah. Then we get what his stand is, and he can like manipulate sound, I guess,
Yeah.
because
He makes like the physical version of sounds.
yeah, yeah. Because remember they were like trying to hide in the pond, and he's like, "Ha, I can't do that," because then he puts sound into the pond and like cuts him up and stuff. Yeah. Also crazy for anyone who doesn't know, somehow is listen, whatever. He doesn't use a horse. He
Just
just
runs.
runs.
He's just really
Savage.
good. He knows how to run really well. He used the maximum amount of potential. The
Uh,
least amount of possible time he can on the ground to keep his velocity at a high peak.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's like right at the moment of like impact, he uses that to propel forward. That's crazy. Uh, so yeah, you were talking about Gyro getting a stand.
Mhm.
Lucy also kind of gets a stand.
With the corpse, yeah.
Yeah, she has like a like cut stand where she
Mhm.
takes things and like cut things with them. Like she like used her tears at some point, like
Mhm.
ripped the tears off her face and very weird. I didn't understand what was happening there.
Oh yeah, it gets trippy to the end. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Especially when you start getting to the president's stand and starts tripping you up. You're like, what is happening? You're like,
Yeah, because you're trying to keep track of like which dimension he's in, right?
Who Killed Johnny was great.
Yeah. Who killed Johnny? Apparently 3 people killed Johnny. You know?
Turns out they were all right.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's like again, like very much manipulating the different dimensions and like bringing people in, taking people out. That's also where the other steel ball guy, you know what I'm talking about?
You wrote his name down here. I'm just trying to find it right now. See what I got here.
That is where he dies though, because
Like a Peepo?
yeah. Who is it? Does Johnny do it? Somebody brings him into the other dimension with his other self,
And then when they
and they
touch,
just
or when they meet.
yeah. That was cool. So we
That's
got
really
later
nice thing
on.
where like only the president's able to meet himself in the other dimensions.
Yeah. Which is about later on when he's fighting, he has like 6 of himself.
Yeah. You bring anyone else with you, they die.
Yeah, or like anything, because if any like duplicate object touches itself, it like crumbles or whatever.
Yeah.
We get more Dio.
Ooh.
He sacrifices himself to kill the president.
Dio becoming a savage in his ending moments, at least this world's Dio.
Yeah.
Only to be replaced by another Dio.
I mean, the problem is his sacrifice doesn't work because in the moment of the train running the president over, he switches dimensions. I was like, oh, you killed yourself for no reason. And then yeah, talking about this dimension's Dio, we get the other one that comes in and helps the president. I mean, mostly for his own gain to like get the corpse and stuff. But he has a different stand, which throws everything off. Because he has a stand of he can stop time for 5 seconds, right? 6 seconds, something like that.
Yeah.
And just wrecks everything. I mean, it's Johnny, right? Johnny has a good plan where he's like, I just have to get 5 seconds away. That way it'll take him 5 seconds to get to me, and then time will start again, and then I'll get him. It doesn't work though, because Dio's smarter than him. Dio eventually gets away, and then it was it was kind of an anticlimactic ending because
Dio wins the race, dude.
Dio does win the race, which is very cool. But then he goes to the bunker with the corpse, right? And then Lucy just comes in and kills him.
Because Lucy knows the truth by that point.
Yeah, I mean she just brings in
the
other dimensions Dio, yeah. And it's like, oh no, and then they crumble and then they die, and then it's like, oh, okay, it's over. and then
obviously Dio gets disqualified.
Yeah, he gets disqualified, and then some other person wins.
Leaving one person to win. Your boy, your man, the one and only Poco Loco.
Yeah. Which again, luck's on his side,
Always number 1.
Mm-hmm.
The Japanese guy got placed 3rd. I don't remember who got placed 2nd.
I don't know. It's not important because if you're not first, you're last.
And Poco Loco's the only winner.
Yeah. And then we get the epilogue of Johnny demanding that he's able to bring Gyro's body on the ship so that he can bring him back to his own country. And yeah, that's the end basically. Going back to Gyro's death, right? Which is something I didn't talk about at all. With you talking about how Johnny surpassed Gyro, right? Johnny learned the like infinite spin thing, which is what had the president very scared because he got him and he couldn't like hop dimensions and escape the infinite spin. It was always with him, which is why he had to enlist Dio for help. And then Dio used the spin against Johnny.
Yeah.
which is nuts.
He was kind of ridiculously smart. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I thought it was good.
Now, to paint this in the other perspective, that was part 7. So I'll say
Mhm.
now, speaking for someone who has done all of JoJo's,
Mhm.
part 7 is just a rehashed version of quote unquote part 1. Part 1 is Jonathan Joestar. Wow, would you look at that, man? Johnny and Jonathan.
Yeah.
Fighting up against Dio Brando, who is a vampire,
Okay.
who is also his like half brother, who gets adopted into the family. That's part 1 right there. Part 3, Dio's in part 3. Not just a vampire, he has a stand, which is called the World.
Oh, okay.
Man, I wonder what the World does, dude. You mean it stops time for how many seconds? So he's like pulling things, he's taking like these things that he's already done. You have Danny, he's a dog in part 1. Dio throws him to a
Okay.
furnace.
Harsh.
Danny in part 7, he's a mouse.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's the mouse. Danny's the mouse. Like Jonathan, it's like he has like a bunch of references stuff. He hashes back over, pulls into this. Part 7, in a way, is like the weird referencing back to other stuff, but it's him actually taking things that he enjoyed or like used incorrectly in previous parts, and he's now like, or not incorrectly, things that were good he's reusing now, and things that were bad he's rehashing, remaking, rebuilding, because now he knows what he's doing when he's writing.
Mhm.
That's what part 7 is.
I mean, I think he's. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen any of the other JoJos, but he did a good job. He wrote a really good story.
It's a good standalone by itself.
Yeah.
It's a weird like growth story
Mhm.
with like a higher meaning to it.
One thing I didn't mention was the reason that Gyro fails is he does everything right. You know, he literally could not have done more than he did, but the president like cut the steel ball, so he made it not a perfect sphere, and so that's why, Gyro's last ultimate move didn't work because he needed to be a perfect sphere for the, whatever, for it to work.
Mm-hmm.
It was very clever.
Gyro ends up becoming one of the greatest characters,
He was good.
solidifying himself.
Yeah.
Johnny is the best thing about Johnny is that you don't know what exactly he's going to do. You hit that certain point in the story where you're unsure what Johnny's plans are.
Yeah.
Gyro, you understand. He's like, okay, it's very simple. He just wants to win this, save that boy's life. Johnny has a fire in his veins. You don't know exactly what he wants, but he's out there. He's hunting for it. He's
Well, yeah, I
with
mean,
Gyro.
because like at first it was just to learn the rotation stuff from Gyro, right? And then later on, he wanted the corpse parts because he like tasted their power, right?
Mhm.
Um, and then probably somewhere in there it was just like he's a good person. He doesn't want, yeah, for most of it, no one knew what the corpse parts would actually do, nor what the president was gonna do with them. So he's like, maybe shouldn't let that guy get him, right?
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, like it turned out good. I mean, it sucks that Gyro died. But, oh yeah, another thing that was like, I don't know if I like that very much. Johnny's dad came to the race and was like
Yeah,
super supportive and was like, "Oh, he's amazing, he's the best." And I was like, "I don't forgive you," you know?
I'm really surprised. I didn't forgive him either when I read that. Uh, It's supposed to, I guess, be like he may have realized he'd done things wrong,
But like
and
he did so much
he did
wrong.
things wrong though. Like he basically belittled everything Johnny did for his entire life.
He like also said that, "I wish that
You're
you died instead of your brother," which is crazy. You know what I mean? Like he's dead, you know?
I don't agree with that either. No, that's something I found very hard when I was reading it to actually believe in. But
Yeah.
you can take it as like it's supposed to be like, okay, maybe there's a better chance for Johnny and his family
Mhm.
to kind of mend that up.
So that kid that Gyro was fighting for, he like lived, right? He's all good?
Yeah, he should be all fine. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
because now Johnny's gonna vouch for him and all that stuff. Say Gyro did this, and then Weka Pipo died. Obviously, he's gonna tell them that as well.
Johnny, I assume, also got a good bit of money. I mean, like, he didn't win the last race, but he won, like, 2
A
or
good
3
amount, yeah.
races, you know?
Johnny's got a stack on himself.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not Poco Loco.
I mean, he's no, you know? Yeah, that's
Poco
true.
Loco's like rolling in it right now, dude.
Mhm. I do love that where the author decided to make Poco Loco win, not only because of his whole luck thing, but, like, we didn't learn a whole lot about Poco Loco. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? We saw him when he started, of, like, him doing the manual labor and him being like, "Nah, I'm not doing it today. I got other stuff I gotta do." But, like, other than that, we didn't learn a whole lot about this character who won the entire race, you know?
Which is great because we're not seeing his point of view. We're seeing everyone else. He's out
Yeah,
doing his own thing.
yeah.
I like that way you only get glimpses of the characters because like you're not
Mhm,
supposed to know. Like this is
yeah.
what you see from their perspective.
I mean, yeah, we don't even learn a whole lot about Gyro for a while.
Only when he outright tells you, he's like, "This is what happened. This is what I did. This is
Yeah.
why I'm in the race."
Yeah, man, so next on the manga homework,
Oh
right?
boy,
Uh, what am I doing?
I
Pluto?
recommended Pluto.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
doing Pluto next.
I'm a huge weeb. I think so. Reasons for recommending Pluto. I love Urasawa Naoki. He's one of my favorite authors for manga. I've
Mhm.
read Monster. I've read Billy Bat. I've read Pluto. I've read some of his shorter works that he made. He made one for the Louvre. Draws manga sort of realistically. Reason for picking Pluto, his shortest one that
There's
actually has a cohesive story. I'm not going to give you the Louvre one he made because he made one that's special for the Louvre. That goes nowhere. It's just fun, you know. It's like okay, yeah, because it was like an advertisement. So like we can go to the Louvre, see the paintings here, and like the art. That's cool and fancy.
mhm.
Not to even that. Pluto, cohesive story. Pluto is a great spin. One, he wrote Pluto with the help of another author, the author for Astro Boy.
Oh, nice.
Pluto is a collaboration between him and this author for Astro Boy. They are both working on this. Also, the creator of Astro Boy, I think we covered it already. Way back. We said this earlier. Not in this series. This is something we discussed earlier, like way
Okay.
back. Creator of Astro Boy created Dororo.
Oh, yeah, I remember saying
We
that.
talked about it. He created Dororo.
Mm,
So the creator of Astro Boy, you know, he knows exactly what he's doing, like you know, darker theme stories if he wants to. He can go into that like type of topics and like do whatever he wants. He can like explore that. So he's not like you know something. No. So what he's done right here, Pluto is an Astro Boy story written from a different perspective, not from the perspective of Astro Boy.
okay.
So you're going into a different way. So it's one of the arcs of Astro Boy rewritten by Urasawa Naoki in the character's different perspective other than Astro Boy. And how it goes out and it shows what's happening. Is what makes Pluto so interesting. Able to take something that another person has created, use the same story, the same elements essentially, have a different character's point of view on how that character, like the story unfolds from there, and watch how that goes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pluto was supposed to get an anime adaptation, I think, like a couple years ago, and they keep pushing it back. I think now it's
Mm,
supposed to come out like either 21 or 22.
mm.
So
Do you know who's supposed to do it?
I don't know. I forget what team was actually on that if they were going to do it.
So
I would
yeah.
have liked. I would have liked Billy Bat. Billy Bat would have been fun, but Billy Bat and Monster are longer. I looked at them. I think
Yeah,
I put
it's
the
like twice
chapter.
as long.
It's like they're both good, but like they're just ridiculous. I'm not gonna like have you read something that long for something that like is a segment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Like Billy Bat's 136 and then Monster's 162.
Yeah.
Both are great in their own perspective. Like I enjoy both of them. I wanted to put 20th Century Boys. I had to stop myself because I know 20th Century Boys is long. I'm
Mm,
about to look up how long that is real quick because I am upset that I didn't check first to see how long that actually is. So also, if you did 20th century, you'd have to do 21st century as well, and that's just rough.
mm.
249.
That's a lot.
I would never do that to someone. But it's so good that I would never let you or force you to do
Yeah,
it.
sure.
And like 21st Century is like 16 chapters,
Mhm.
but that's the conclusion to 20th Century.
Right. So, yeah, it wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm. Where it's like, oh yeah, it's a nice 16 chapter. No, it doesn't work because you got to read the other 240 to get there
Mhm.
for this big collaboration. That's not fun. Remember when you read 3 Days of Happiness? You're like, Raymond, thank you for reading this. This is good. Like, this is great.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I sold my life for 10,000 yen or whatever.
Oh, yep. That was good. That was a good one.
Like, it was nice. It was short. We got a lot of stuff going in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Now I got to actually hunt and be like, well, this is not what I.
Mm.
Hinamatsuri's ending soon. It's ending next week or something like that, next
Oh,
month or
really?
whatever. It's going to be 100 chapters. That's the final chapter, like 100.
Oh,
99
wow.
came out a while ago. I was like, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Because I remember watching Hinamatsuri. We watched it actually.
Yeah,
I
we
don't know.
did.
Did we watch that in club or did we watch that together? Was that something we did?
We watched that for, a different thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's finally ending. 100 chapters. That's their length they're deciding.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. I'm actually happy because it knows when to end. It doesn't want to drag it on too long. It's like,
Mhm.
this is it. We're going to close it. That's bold. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because I think it could be real easy for you to just wanna go on forever.
Mhm. Now I have to dig through other stuff now because I know you're going to read through Pluto and it's going to be like,
Uh, so, right, we have one
two
more thing.
movies. Oh, we just had the one movie.
Yeah.
I didn't like
We
it that much, honestly.
Oh, really?
I liked it. And then like I thought about it a little more. Like
Yeah.
I thought a bit harder about it.
Mhm.
And I'm like, this is the first Incredibles I think is way better.
I agree.
The
Yeah.
League's better than this movie. Not to
Mhm.
say this movie's bad, but to say like this movie could have had so much more. I feel like once you have the idea of where this movie is going, you already piece it in your head, and it hurts.
So okay.
Like,
What
okay,
what specifically didn't you like about it?
I mean, like, okay, I'm not saying I didn't like. Okay, so I'm saying things in this movie are kind of predictable as it goes along in a certain way,
Sure, yeah.
and you can kind of piece together what's happening yourself.
Yeah.
That may be my fault though.
I mean, I feel like a lot of it, at least the setup is just Incredibles 1 again, but flipped,
The
so I
main
think
premise, yeah,
that
yeah. So like, what is it? The main premise for Incredibles is like, oh, I gotta go and do the work. Main premise for this one, it's like, okay, now I'm doing it. You
yeah,
stay home with
yeah,
the
yeah.
kids.
Which, I mean, they definitely did it on purpose as, like, a
Hmm.
a nod to that to be like, "Oh, now it's my turn," and that's
Hmm.
why Bob, like, hates it because
Hmm.
he's like, "No, it's supposed to be me," you know? Um, yeah, I mean, uh, I think the first one was better. I think that the villain in the first one was better.
Has a better motivation.
Yeah, cause so this one, the, like, screen slaver, right? It's just so, like, okay, you talk about predictable, the whole turn of or the whole reveal of, "I'm the screen slaver," like, that woman or whatever,
Yeah,
I was like, "Yeah, I mean, it was either you or the dude. It was one of you that
yeah,
was
yeah.
obviously the villain."
It's pretty obvious for like, okay, it's gonna be you. You know,
Mhm,
was not surprised in the slightest.
and then after 5 minutes of you being like, "Oh, well, she's the tech wizard and I'm the face," I'm like, "It's her." Like,
Mhm.
she obviously has the technology to hack
She's
into all
super
these
smart.
things,
She knows what she's doing.
you
Congratulations,
know?
you played yourself.
Yeah, and then, even the scene where, Miss Incredible finds or Elastigirl, right? It's not Miss
Hmm.
Incredible.
Hmm.
Elastigirl, she finds her hideout
Hmm.
with all, like, the wires, all the tubes, and they go in and all the screens and stuff. I was like, "This is way too easy," and then the screenslaver was there, and she, like, defeated him, and I was like, "No, there's, like, 40 minutes left in this movie. There's no way that just happened." and then it was like a dude. And I'm like, that's not him. There's no way, you
Especially
know?
when
he said when he starts talking, he's like, I don't know what I just did or whatever, and I'm like, so obviously he's been screen slaved,
Yeah,
but
yeah, obviously, yeah.
you're just gonna dismiss this because that's crazy.
Hmm. Um, I think this movie could have used more Frozone.
This movie, Frozen, at least he came in and had his a couple moments which are kind of
Yeah.
cool. I'll say that. But I
Um,
will say this movie could also have a different turn where they were purposely playing both the villains and the heroes. But would that be
yeah,
similar?
yes. Oh yeah, it would. It would be
It
exactly the
would be
same.
exactly the same as Incredibles one,
But
dude.
like, you see, you say that. I was thinking that when okay, there was the scene. Okay, do you remember the scene where Elastigirl is
Hmm.
like upset, where they caught him, right? They caught the
Hmm.
screenslaver, and everyone's celebrating, and she's like, "Nah, there's something up," you know. Um, oh no, it was before they caught him, but like, it was after she saved the train,
Hmm.
right, from going backwards, and everyone's celebrating, and she's like, "Yeah, but he's still out there." You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
he still has an opportunity to do something else, and they're like, "No, no, no," and so they're like, "Let let's show her."
Oh yeah,
And then
I thought they were gonna be like, okay, we're the screen slaver as well.
yes, yes, but then they open up the wall, and it's a bunch of heroes, which again was a cool moment. I like seeing other supers, with their powers and, you know, um, them kind of being, coming up under them, where
Hmm.
people like Elastigirl, Mr. Incredible are like the golden age of supers.
They set the standard, you know.
Yeah, and so, they all like different character traits and, the kinda main one who was Void, right? That
Yeah,
was her name?
Void's the main one.
Yeah, she was cool, create different portal stuff, but yeah, when they said that, they were like, "Show her." I was like, "They're gonna say that they're the screenslaver," because it would make perfect sense because the the guy, his whole thing is getting supers
Back.
legal again, so it would make sense for him to create this villain that he would enlist supers to defeat, to then show, "Hey, supers are good, we need them." But it didn't happen, and I was like, "Oh, okay." You know?
You're right. It would have been it would have just been the first movie all over again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're making the baddies and you're destroying them
I mean, the only difference would be is that Syndrome did it, for his own selfish reasons so that
as a
he can
revenge
be
plot. Yeah,
yeah, it was revenge and to be like, "Hey, I'm now like, number 1 super." For if they did it, it would kind of be more for good and like, "Hey, we're doing this so that supers can get back," and, in the scene and stuff. But yeah, it'd be the same thing again. Um, yeah.
gosh, saying that just made me realize, Incredibles and Incredibles two are way too similar.
Yeah, I
And
know, they
it's
are,
not
yeah.
their it's just that the characters and the way they are and how they I guess they went through the motions of the movie. It just happens to do it.
I would have liked I mean, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of different, like, I don't know, like, paths they could have taken with a sequel. Like, I like in the beginning where it's kind of recapping the first movie, where it ends, and Violet throws her mask on the ground
Yeah,
and then turns and sees, I think Tony is his name, maybe?
Tony, dude, my man.
And then she's like, "Oh my god, it's not what you think," and then Tony, like, runs away or whatever, or they run away, doesn't matter. I was like, "Oh, are they gonna play with him knowing that she is, whatever her super name is?" I don't know if she has one. But yeah, like, she has these powers and stuff. No, they're just gonna erase memories, which, I think led to some cool stuff where, he didn't remember her, didn't remember the, like, date they agreed on and, added to her character or whatever, but I think that would've been a cool thing because that's something they didn't play around with in the first movie of, them actually have to covering their identities because supers didn't exist in the first movie, you know?
They were abolished, dude. You can't be a super. That's crazy.
Yeah. I like the progression of Jack Jack, though. I thought that was cool. We
I
see
mean,
more of
especially
his powers.
we, the viewer, knew Jack Jack had powers
Yeah.
since the first
But
Incredibles.
so in the first Incredibles, right?
Mhm.
Do you remember how it ends?
I don't remember how it ends. Does it end with Jack
So
Jack?
yes. So Syndrome is evil, right? He
Hmm.
goes back to the Incredibles' place and like calls the babysitter away. He's like, "Oh, we don't need you. You know, I'm me. I'm friends of the family. You can leave." And so now he is alone with Jack Jack. And the Incredibles rush home and he like freezes them with his like freeze finger or whatever, you know, like his gloves and stuff.
Mhm.
And then he eventually gets away, like flies away with Jack Jack. And he's flying away to a helicopter or a plane or something to get away, right? And Jack Jack then displays his powers, you know, like 10 of them, right? And defeats Syndrome all by himself. Syndrome goes into like the like blades of an airplane and like dies.
No
Very
capes, dude. No capes.
yeah, no capes, yeah.
All the rules.
And so that's what confused me because it's like so they didn't see that Jack Jack did all that because like he was doing a lot up there. He was doing a lot of work, you know. It's like we didn't see all that in the commotion. We didn't like question why Syndrome just dropped Jack Jack. You know what I mean? It didn't make sense to me how they didn't know that Jack Jack had powers. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I can't excuse anything that they do. I can't be like, man, there's a good reason for that. No, I can't say anything. It's like, they just were like that, dude. Feels bad.
I do like how they did reveal it though. Where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you know, we're not gonna play around with this for the entire movie. You know, Bob knows, the kids now know, you know, Elastigirl, Frozone, they all know now, you know.
It's like Frozone you, and he's like,
Yeah.
Edna, the Beast,
Edna was great, yeah.
came in for her 10 minutes of showtime.
Yeah.
Slated.
She was the most upset because they let someone else design a suit for Elastigirl. And she was like, never again. You will never let someone do that. It's only me, you know?
They didn't dare put on a cape, though.
Yeah, no capes. When they were also, you know, after she watched Jack Jack and Bob came back in because, you know, she made a new suit for Jack Jack, right? Um, when they were going into the room in the first Incredibles, she had to like show her handprint and her eyes and her voice or whatever. In this one, Jack Jack did it, which I thought was crazy because that means that she gave Jack Jack,
Permission.
yeah, like clearance that Bob doesn't have. I was like, wait, why? What? You know, thought that was good. Um, hmm.
Imagine
No,
going the entire
the
movie thinking Jack Jack's a normal kid, dude.
yeah, I know. When he's actually the best one, you know, he has the most powers. You know, I thought that. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a fine movie. You know.
After everything we just said, man, it just pulls it harder down for me. It's really way too similar.
Yeah, and then I mean, we even have like the end scene with the cruise ship going into the city, which is very similar to the big like robot ball
Mm-hmm.
scene in the first one where that's destroying the city. You know, it's like they didn't they didn't go bigger with this movie. You know,
Mm-hmm. They
it was
stayed par, yeah.
yeah, it was on the same level. You know they didn't go against the whole world.
It's not Toy Story 4.
It's definitely not. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this sequel, you know, while I think it's still like a good movie, you know, um, I
It's
don't think
dropped on
it.
the Pixar rankings right here. Pixar tier list, like get ready for this.
Yeah,
Incredibles 2 is above Brave.
okay. It it's below Cars 2.
No, no, never, never, no.
No, I never. Okay, yeah.
Cars 3 may end up being like Cars 3 actually is like the worst film I've ever seen for an animated movie.
I think that the
Because
animation was really good though.
the animation is pretty good. I'll say this though for Cars 3. It's like it's bad that like it hurts. It's not like bad enough to make me laugh at how bad it is. It's bad enough because
Mhm.
it's trying to be good and it knows it's bad.
Yeah, I mean, with Cars 3, I think they knew the critical reception for Cars 2 was awful. So they were like, "Alright, we gotta gotta step it up, we gotta have a better story, a, like, leaner story," right? And, it just didn't work, you know?
Because Cars 2, they try to pivot to Mater.
Yeah, which was really dumb, you know?
I didn't even think Cars needed a sequel. I thought Planes was gonna be like a cool sequel thing to Cars,
Planes
and then
also
it ended
w
up being.
Planes didn't come out in theaters, did it?
It did, but it wasn't a Pixar movie.
Yeah, it wasn't a Pixar movie, that's what it was, which I thought was so, like so then who made it? Disney?
Yeah, Disney. Yeah,
That's that's weird. I don't like that.
so weird. It's like Lion King 1.5, dude. It's like Lion King 1.5 is like a masterpiece.
Yeah, I was gonna say, except Lion King 1.5 might be better than Lion King 1.
It's
You know
so
what I mean?
good. It's so ridiculous. Like Lion King 1.5 is like your first, at least it's my first taste of like a meta.
We we
Never
should
understood.
do we should do that movie for this.
Yo, next
Lion
week,
King
dude.
1.5.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yo, if I tell my brother we're watching Lion King 1.5, he's gonna be like, "Yo, really? Let's go. Let's go."
Yes. Oh yeah, we should definitely do that. I haven't seen that movie in probably over 10 years.
Yo, scurry sniff flinch, dude.
Yeah, that movie's
You
great.
gave him a metaphor.
The writing is so good. It has no business. Again, that was a straight to DVD movie. Lion King 1.5 did not come out in theaters.
Why is it so good?
It has no business being as good as it is. It's good, man.
Dream home, steam home. People who are looking at this and don't understand what we're saying knows that like we've actually know the movie the moment we can start saying stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
Um, yeah. So, Ray, do you have any ideas for anything else for next week? You know what our plan is gonna be?
Next week we definitely have here's an initiative that we can come up with. I'm trying to do 2 episodes of Space Force.
Okay.
Been doing singles. We'll try doubling up on 2. I'm trying to keep the Space Force segment. I kind of like it as a segment for me. It's a short, like 10-minute segment or maybe 5 minutes. Really easy to digest. What's happening
Yeah.
with Space Force? This is what's happening with Space Force. That's what's happening. And as we go along, it's going to get longer. And apparently, I did look into it. You're right. Apparently, they don't explain why she's in jail for the first season. So that's something that's going to
Yeah.
happen.
So why?
So even though I'm not caught up in the series, I looked into it. Apparently, they don't explain it. So that's something for season 2.
Yeah, which has already been greenlit, I think.
That's pretty interesting. So let me look at the
I'm just trying to edit the
mighty.
list right now
With the
so I
mighty.
can add the new stuff.
Okay, so let me see. The Rayman segment's pretty easy. Space Force Rayman segment. We can put in. So I like what we're doing right here. We got like Tower of God. We can easily that's done. Tower of God's done. We just have to think of a replacement for Tower of God.
Yeah. Which we will do before next episode, or like by the end of next episode.
Well, it will be defined, and if it's not defined, it's definitely going to be defined in the next episode.
Yeah.
It will be known. It will be known. These dockets are good. And we actually have a lot of open space now. I'm just saying, a lot of open space.
Yeah.
I do see like got a good amount here. I like it. Future stuff is kind of packed with some stuff as well.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, so that's another thing I did. I started to add future stuff, ideas that you've had, ideas that I've had, that could be added next week, or they could be
I
added.
see Mariah's on here, and I remember us talking about that a while ago.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was another movie that I remember seeing and being like, that was made by I'm pretty sure that was made by the The people who did Girl Up Through Time, right?
Also, the guy who made The Girl Who Left Time also made Wolf Children, which makes it less excusable that that movie actually exists.
Didn't they also make A Boy and a Beast?
Yes. Like, how? How?
There's
How?
Boy and the
How?
Beast and Wolf.
How? It's like both are so good. I
So
watched
good.
I watched I think both movies twice, and I'm like, what
Yeah.
is wrong with A Girl Who Left You? Why is this movie so bad?
So bad. Yeah.
And people watching it like, you're wrong. What do you mean? It was good.
No.
Watch it a second time. I promise you.
Yeah. I'm never gonna watch that movie again. So we will never have a segment about it because I'm not watching it again.
Bringing it up though, it's something that will be brought up over and over again.
Yeah, yeah, of
It
course, of
needs to be
course.
reiterated. Boy and the Beast, spectacular. Wolf Children, also amazing. Why
Yeah.
are they so good?
I
And
think I
they're good
like
for different reasons.
I think I like Wolf Children a little more.
Wolf Children is like that actual like weird family thing where it's like you see them grow up and you like she's trying to like keep them, but she's also letting them do her own thing. Boy and the
Yeah.
Beast is a different story of growth entirely.
Okay, never mind. Nah, never mind.
Wolf Children is so good.
It is, yeah, it's real good.
I just thought more about Wolf Children. I'm like, it's so good. Like Boy and the Beast is decent. It's not bad. Boy and the Beast, if I'm comparing it to Wolf Children, it's like an actual like ridiculously like well made. Boy and the Beast, I'm okay with just having that chill and vibe with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can vibe and chill with Boy and the Beast. If I want a serious movie, Wolf Children, straight up.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm. We have a lot of choices. We have a lot of movies to go through, potentially. A lot of stuff we can watch. Lion King 1.5 is definitely on there.
Yeah, I added it. We have room for one, maybe like two more things.
I see One Piece Rayman cut on here.
Yep.
It's okay for you to edit that and just put Goemon episode if you don't want to watch anymore after Goemon.
Oh, okay. What is that episode 18? Is that what
Yeah.
you
hmm
okay.
If you don't want
And
to do
then
anything more after that, you can take a break off that for a while, and we can come back to One Piece later.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I can do that.
I'm trying to segment it for you because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like I'm trying to like I don't remember. Let me go back and check One Piece to see exactly how much it's translated. So I
Okay.
don't want to actually like go through a bunch of it.
And yeah, while you're looking that up, I also added on here. So I mean, I don't know if I want to go through the list, but I also added some of the shows that we did for Tuned In when we did that.
Mhm. Yeah,
um, some things that we could finish, because on there we did, we think that the first 2 episodes of all these we did March Comes In Like a Lion, we did Gundam IBO,
we
and we
did.
did Dragon Prince, which are all
We
3
did.
shows that I haven't watched any more of.
We
Uh,
both stopped them,
yeah,
and we haven't continued any further with them.
and so,
Very
we could always
unfortunately.
shove one of those in there at some point.
Honestly, after Tower God, we can just shove one of them back on there and maybe just start back again from episode 1.
Do you wanna replace one of the Tower
Oh, wait,
Gal
no,
one
no,
of
no, no,
those?
no, hold on, no. After Sing Yesterday for me
Sing Yesterday, okay,
is the
yeah.
better choice because Tower of God is going to open the new season, so it's easier to pick for that and replace.
Yeah,
Sing
yeah, we
Yesterday
could
for me
do
is
that.
going to be weird and like it's a weird position, so we can just take that and shove it.
Yeah, yeah, we could do that, definitely.
Because why? Sing Yesterday for me it just happened to be in that weird position where it's 18 episodes, so we can actually do that.
And again, when I picked it,
Mhm.
I must have, cause you know, Ray,
You thought it was a 13.
if you put 2 threes together, it's an 8. So
Yeah.
in my mind, I think I just saw a 13.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's 13 episodes. I went and checked again. I was like, this is 18. Are you kidding me? That's
I
fine.
think I think I actually got the reaction on here, like, episode 1 or something. I remember you telling me that. You're like, "Oh, that's 18 episodes." And I was like, "N no, is it?" And then I look it up, it is 18 it's 18 episodes, what?
It's
How
crazy
did I
long.
see that?
Why is it so long, dude?
Um,
So Monkey 1.5, that's gonna vibe. That's good vibes.
mhm,
Finale for Tower of God is vibes. So okay, I looked at One Piece. You can just watch the episodes until I believe Whiskey Peak. Just watch all the episodes they have completed till. because I think there's
Okay.
only 7 or 8 episodes there.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. Just watch that. Because after that, you actually they don't have anything completed after that. So I'll find out what I want to do with that later. I'll look into it and see. It's okay. I'll watch them as well. I want to rewatch some stuff for that.
Yeah.
I got to see my boy Laboon. People know in the comments or whatever. They know who Laboon is. Laboon's my boy. Day one.
Day one, huh?
Respect Laboon. Day 2. Respect Logtown arc.
Oh, right. I gotta add Pluto to here too, because I'll talk about that.
I'm actually about to reread Pluto.
You could. I don't know how much I'll do by next week, but you know.
I'm surprised though, like the manga I'm getting are actually digestible in the effort of time.
Yeah.
Pluto, normal size chapters, you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, you played well.
Yeah.
50 chapter monoliths.
Yeah, I mean, because Jojos was just ridiculous, you know.
It's an essay, dude.
It it was, yeah.
Not like a Hunter essay, but like, come on,
Mm-hmm.
give it a little respect. Here,
What?
he's here, dude. Why are you walking away?
I don't know why that was so funny. It's like, no, come back.
We want to hear your thoughts on Dark Sides of Dimensions.
Oh, dude.
I don't know if he's gonna come back for that or not.
No, it doesn't sound like it. Is it?
YuGiOh, please come back for Dark
I
Side of
think
Dimensions. What are your thoughts on Dark Side of Dimensions?
I think Ray's trying to get his brother to give his thoughts on the Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
On all levels of fan service, but doesn't go overboard like Endgame. And I also think it's a brilliant movie because Kaiba is definitely like if you look at that movie, really you don't have to look at it carefully, but Kaiba's the main character. Yugi just sits in the backseat. You see Kaiba duel twice before Yugi even duels once. Like it's crazy, man. And also, as a Kaiba fan, like that was nice for me. Man.
This week we're watching Lion King 1.5. Vibe, that's vibe. Okay.
Yeah, Ray, is there anything else you want to
What, dude?
I'll say yeah.
Let me see if I can find something. It's like really it.
I'll say the only thing that we don't have on here that we have been having is some other extra like anime thing. You know what I mean?
That's what I was saying. So that's what I'm trying to find right now.
Because we got the extra movie. We got the extra movie. I mean, you know, I'll watch that episode of One Piece, but that'll probably be like a 5-minute segment, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like again, like the Goemon is gonna be real quick. It's just more backstory for what's happening.
Yeah.
And then the other episodes for One Piece, they shouldn't be too long because there's gonna be 8. So it's gonna be kind of similar to what you already did earlier. Then you're not gonna be watching Facebook on top of that, which is like another lengthy thing.
So those eight episodes or whatever, is that just like 19 through whatever, or is that some other 8?
It's just gonna continue. It's just like so. It's gonna be the it's ones on one pace because they're cut. I don't know how exactly long they are. Let me see. For example, they should not. I mean, okay, you know they may actually end up being long. I just thought about it. Let me see. I forgot that One Piece cuts episodes. Episode 18 is going to be pretty short because that's going to be a standard half-an-hour episode. Let me see what they got for Logtown. size on this monster. If it actually shows.
Motown.
It's actually going to show, please. Oh, I can't because it needs to be torrented. Never mind, dude.
Oh yeah,
I'll
they
have
like
torrented.
changed it to where you can't watch it. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
like download it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't see the links without downloading.
Mm.
I mean, okay. Here's what you're gonna do. Just watch episode 18. I'll find out what to do
Okay.
later.
Okay.
It's a shame you're not gonna see Laboon. I was talking about Laboon for no reason, dude. Feels
You
bad.
were? Yeah. It was all for nothing. You know what? I might just cut that out, you know?
Just cut out Laboon, dude.
Yeah. And then
Yo,
later
One Piece
on,
really turns up, dude.
what happened?
One Piece really turns up. I was thinking about it.
Oh, that was one thing I wanted to mention in the One Piece segment that I forgot. It's just something real quick. One Piece kind of scratches that itch that I didn't realize I had from Naruto.
Okay.
You know, just like that really long shonen, you know, there's like all these characters, they all got powers, you know, we're introduced, you know, there's like, you know, the whole power scaling thing like you mentioned. I mean, other than like My Hero, maybe, which I don't think is exactly the same.
Tower of
I
God
haven't
does a
really,
little bit, I'll say.
yeah. I mean, I haven't really watched anything like Naruto since it, you know, and now with One
Mhm.
Piece, it's kind of very similar.
It may end up being that like I'll just watch the series with you, dude. It's gonna just happen. Like, I don't mind going through all these episodes. I'll have to find out if the One Piece versions are gonna be cut. 'Cause I
Mhm.
know they are. At
Yeah.
least those ones. But I know that from what I just saw, they're gonna go all the way up to like I think Whiskey Peak, dude. And
Mhm.
if that's really it, then I think Whiskey Peak to Skypiea, dude. There's like a couple hundred episodes in there,
That's a lot.
and so what I'm saying is so this is leading up to their next big arc, which is gonna be Alabasta.
Mhm.
So episode of East Blue, I'm pretty sure they have an episode of Alabasta movie. How far do I want to go with this? Just watch the Gaimon or Goemon
Mhm.
episode, and I'll determine what I want to do in the future. I'll have to look into that and see. I know they have an
Okay.
episode of Alabasta. I know they do. Is it good enough though? I'll have to watch it and see. And that's the thing.
I like
I've
the
already hit that point where now I have to go back and be like, okay, what is actually here?
I like the internal struggle you're having.
It's like, I mean, I don't think episode of Alabasta covers Whiskey Peak though. I mean, it covers Whiskey Peak, but it doesn't cover up to Whiskey Peak.
Mhm.
I know that's for certain. It starts from Whiskey Peak if it does start anyway, because you can't start an episode of Alabasta without starting at Whiskey Peak. This sounds like I'm talking crazy stuff right now,
Mhm.
but it's just like the arcs that like I know where the characters are introduced and everything, so I just have an idea where it's gonna go.
It's tough, you know?
The Goemon episode's like definitely going to have to be watched
Mhm.
because it tells you what you kind of need to know in like a weird way. It's essential, and it's really weird because it's episode 18. So you think they just tossed it in for no reason?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, who is this guy? He's not even like a main character, or whatever. I'm really stuck here with One Piece. I'll skip over that. Just watch the Goemon episode
Okay.
because I can already feel myself fuming about it internally, trying to find out how to get this to work. Episode
And
of
then
Alabasta could do it, but like, is it good enough though? And if it's not good enough, what do I need a supplement episode of Alabasta with? And like, I know there's episode of Chopper, and then like, is episode of Chopper even worth it? Does episode of Chopper have to be watched between episodes of Alabasta, or can you watch it before episode of Alabasta? What am I doing? These are the questions I have to ask myself
Mhm.
because I know they have them. But once we hit Skypiea, though, there's an episode of Skypiea. But like, is it good though? Or is it not out yet? I know they were talking about releasing. Oh my gosh, hold up. I've kind of just hit a point. Hold up. Don't touch Skype. Why'd I click on it, dude? How long is Skypea? Okay. Turns out they didn't finish Skypea. Congratulations to me. They barely touched Skypea. Why they touch Skypea, but they didn't touch Alabasta or Jaya anyway? Oh, but then you're missing out on Jaya, dude. No. Jaya's like Alabasta into Jaya is like the linchpin of the series. But this is how you determine this is going to be a long ride. Oh no. I mean, you can already determine it's a long ride after 900 episodes, but like Alabasta really defines it being a long ride.
Yeah.
Especially into Jaya, because then Jaya like really lets you know like how big it is. Like a weird way. And then Skypea obviously pounding on that. Water 7 arc right after they didn't finish it. Okay, but I know from Enies Lobby, every episode they have is done though for the most part. Okay, Enies Lobby, they literally have most of it done. That's like 307 to what? 312? Okay. Already formulating in my head. The fact that Water 7 isn't cut yet though is ridiculous. But they have okay, Long Island, that's good. But everything after Enies Lobby is cut though, which is good. That's like a third into the series. So I'm leaving 100 episodes. But then how am I going to build up 200 episodes of time? I mean, the cut episodes they have here on One Piece are pretty good. They're not bad. Because Logtown into Reverse Mountain into Whiskey Peak is going to be pretty solid. That's not going to be anything. Again, that's like 7 episodes if you include Goemon. But the problem is now you're getting Little Garden, which is cut. Drum Island. Okay, another good thing actually they did, they cut out that useless arc. There was an add-in filler arc in this area.
Mm-hmm.
There was a filler arc they had here. They cut that. I was so happy. Anyway, we continue past this. Because I remember the filler arc, and it hurts. It hurts a bit. Imagine watching and then thinking they're having filler. But then everything from Enies Lobby, they have done. Everything from Enies Lobby is already completed. They have every chapter for Enies Lobby done and done. So how am I going to get you to Enies Lobby for that to get that cut? And then after that, managing episodes from there. Because Whiskey, okay. I'll just have to do more research into it. I'm not gonna.
So Ray, before you sidetracked yourself, you seemed like you had an idea for something anime related to fill for next week, and then you sidetracked yourself with YuGiOh and One Piece.
I'm looking for a movie. Thank you for
Okay.
reminding me. We actually have a bunch of good ideas for movies that we can do.
Yeah.
We did the Lupin the Third movie already drop?
I don't know.
It may have. Hold up. Or it's dropping actually on in July to September. The Blu-rays are releasing.
I mean, is it out on digital yet? Like streaming or?
Let me do a quick search.
Because if it's already up online, then you can watch it easily. You know?
No, it is not.
Okay.
But I do have Lupin with Cagliostro though.
Oh, that's
Tower.
like it's like the
iconic movie.
Yeah. Didn't Studio Ghibli do that, or like maybe before they were Ghibli?
No, I think it was just Miyazaki.
Oh, Miyazaki did it. Yeah, because I remember watching it like a while ago. I don't remember if I liked it though. Yeah.
Go back. We can do the Konosuba movie.
Didn't that like just come out like recently?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like Weathering with You came out recently too. Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, you're right.
Because it's also here on the list, I can see.
I mean, I think the only 2 anime movies that I've written down are, Mirai and, you mentioned the Bunny Girl movie.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 that I wrote down.
Well, let me take my list real quick, and I'll add a couple more that I see here with my
Yeah.
edit key. So I'll add a Konosuba movie. I'll add in Promare. I'm not sure if you saw Promare already.
Oh, I haven't seen Promare. I forgot about that.
Add in Promare. And I'll add in the movie I thought that was Weathering with You, but it wasn't. It was Kimi to Nami ni Nore Tara.
We also have, the Centimeters movie.
That guy, he's a guy. What can I say? 5 centimeter per
Which, we
second.
probably won't do anytime super soon because we're trying to not do a super sad movie for 1 week.
The Shirobako movie came out, but I haven't finished Shirobako yet. I'll add it here though, because.
I was gonna ask if you actually, if you finished Shirobako.
But when I do finish Shirobako, that is something we can definitely do.
Yeah.
Add on. Anything else in here? They redid Mewtwo movie.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
I'll add that here as well. Mewtwo movie. That's something we can look into as well.
Mhm. Are you just looking up recent anime movie releases?
I'm going through the list here, and I have recent releases to go
Okay.
through.
That's what I thought you were doing.
Honey Girl, Black Fox came out. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
The Psycho-Pass movies came out on Blu-ray. I guess it's a different Psycho-Pass series, though. I don't know if these are like the same or whatever. The Sinners in the System case. I don't know. But we'll go with that. Made in Abyss movie 2 came out.
There's a recap though.
Those are all recaps. Yeah, we're waiting for
Yeah.
movie 3. So
Waiting for season 2 to come out.
yeah, man. I think that was a really good show. What do you think about it?
Real good.
The Yojo Senki movie. We're not watching that.
I didn't like Yojo Senki as much as other people did.
I thought it was a decent representation. Nothing bad about it. It's just very. Ironically, the weird thing is, it became very militaristic.
Yeah.
Some people may see that as a bad thing. So it kind of drones on a bit. If you're understanding,
yeah.
like, I guess what the tactical parts of what they're doing or the reasoning behind it, then it makes sense why they're doing it like that. But I can see why it rubs people the wrong way because it's not really that interesting to watch.
Yeah. Mhm.
I got you, man. I got you. If you really want, and I'm okay with this, I will rewatch the Monogatari series. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Where do you start?
We start with Boku, but I mean,
Okay.
that's not gonna be. Do we start with Boku? Let's not start with the movies. Let's not start with the movies because the movies could do something with that. Because people are like, you can start with Kizu, and I'm like, that's crazy. I think I already talked about it. Where I'm like, would you really want to start with Kizu, and get spoiled by the animation, and then when you watch the show, you realize how old it actually started out with, and then feel bad that you're not gonna have that.
Yeah.
Also realizing, Pancreas movie pretty recent because I see it right here in the list of recent movies. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's that recent.
It came out in Blu-ray recently, I think, like late 2018, early 2019.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't like 2018.
Yeah, it came out in theaters in 2018, late 2018. So the Blu-ray came out 2019.
Okay.
We could, I'm not gonna be that rude. Let's see. We could do No Game No Life movie.
We could. Never seen it.
I'll drop it on, dude.
Okay.
NGNL movie. We saw the Godzilla movie, right? The first one?
Was that the one with Bryan Cranston was in it for like 5 minutes?
I think so.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Going through the movies.
Unless you're talking about the anime Netflix
The anime
Godzilla.
Netflix one. I think so.
Yeah, we saw the first one, but there's a second one, isn't there? Like a part 2?
Yeah, there's 3, dude.
Oh, there's 3. Okay, yeah. I remember liking the first one. Thought it was cool.
Going through all these movies, dude. You know what hurts? Because now I hit the point where I see a silent voice and your name,
Yeah.
and that means I'll see the Boruto movie and the Boy
Alright.
and the Beast. I mean, I'm
Are,
already hitting 2016, dude.
are any of the Naruto movies worth watching?
Did you see the last?
The what?
The last
I don't know what that is.
Naruto, the last.
No.
Okay.
I haven't seen any Naruto movies or anything like that.
You'll love the last. Trust me. The last
Okay.
is great.
I remember at some point there were zombies in Naruto, and that's when I realized that don't watch the filler.
Filler's weird, dude.
Yeah, very weird.
I thought the ramen episode was filler, and then I realized, no, this is actually what happened.
Yeah, it's perfect.
They actually ate ramen like that. Did you get into Madoka Magica? I'm trying to remember.
No.
Okay, we could
I
watch
know.
Madoka Magica movies.
I mean, I think didn't we watch the first one in club?
Yeah, because there's 3 in total.
Yeah. And that's like the truncated version of the series.
The first 2 are truncated, and the last one is its own thing.
All right.
As I'm going through, and I remember it. Wolf Children came out in 2013.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So did One Piece Z. Oh no.
Oh man, my favorite movie.
And the Madoka Magica movies both came out in October.
Come out the same day.
No, they came out like one came out the 5th, and the other came out the week after. So the
Oh,
12th.
okay. Yeah.
Berserk movies.
The what?
We can do those. We can do the Berserk movies
Berserk?
because it covers everything until. I'm not sure if we talked
Was
about it.
was Berserk the one that had the really bad animation?
Which is why the movies are good. Because okay, so the Berserk movies cover everything until the where the show starts back again. But like
Mhm.
the OG show, you're not gonna watch it because it has old animation. But that's all covered in the
Sure.
movies. So I've hit so far back. I see Bleach movies and Diamond and Pearl.
Diamond Pro was a long time ago. Did you see the Gen 4 remake rumors?
I mean, what rumors? This is upsetting. I've already hit the. Yo, remember King of Thorns?
I don't know what that is.
Did you not watch the movie?
I don't know.
I thought you were watching King of Thorns with us. That was the movie.
Maybe.
It had like the weird virus thing, and they all were like in a castle or whatever. And like there's like the one kid who lived. I forgot his name. Like a lot of the main characters lived, but like there's like the one kid who like I made fun of the entire time. Like he's gonna live, dude. He's the one like controlling everything. And then like I was like half correct or whatever. I was going through. Okay, I see Ponyo. I know I've gone too far.
I've seen Ponyo. A classic
I,
Rayman quote. When you see
I
Ponyo, you've gone too far.
see Ponyo and I see Summer Wars, dude. You already know you hit that peak.
So, which one of these do you want to do? Because you've chosen about 15. You've added.
Oh, these
You
are just
were
to add. So
you
like, we're
you
good
you
now. So
you've
like,
added 15 of them.
yeah, I did.
You did, yeah.
Have I?
I don't know.
1, 2,
I
3,
just
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 8,
yeah.
8 or 9.
9
That,
is
that's
almost
15.
15. Yeah,
That's
that's
15.
almost 15. If you round 9 up to the closest 15, then it's 15.
Okay, so honestly, you said you're getting that Naruto light. We'll just do the last, dude, or we can do No Game No Life. Pretty easy to watch, easy
Okay,
to
yeah.
digest, easy to understand. One of those two. So you get the choice.
Yeah. Do you know how long both of those are?
Naruto, the last runtime. No Game No Life movie runtime.
Did you actually do anything?
One is 6 minutes longer than the other.
Okay. We can do the Naruto one.
Okay, because that's an hour 52. The other one's like an hour 46.
God. Okay. Still
There
shorter
you
than
go.
Akira. You know? Akira was like 204. Or 2 hours 4 minutes or whatever.
Yeah. What was it? I was watching Incredibles and I was like, yo, this movie, it says it's like 2 hours or whatever. Turns out there's like 15-minute credit. And I was like,
Man, glad this is over.
it's dragging on. I don't know what else is gonna happen unless they crash the ship into the city.
And there's like a whole like post crashed city a plot, you know? Where they build
What happened to
rebuild
the
society.
Underminer, dude?
That's true, he's still there.
They could have crashed the ship into the city. The Underminer could have came out.
I feel like the only reason the Underminer was in this movie is because they showed him in the last movie and they're like, man, we have to address that. You know?
They just let the Underminer go free.
They did, yeah. It's like, wow, he just won.
Let him win, dude.
Dude, what if this movie took a turn and the Underminer got away, right?
Mhm.
And the whole movie was just about him. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It was from like his perspective.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's all his plan all along, dude.
Turns out he was Syndrome
The entire time.
the entire time.
All right, you picked the last, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Boruto movie?
Nope. Why would I do that?
It's actually decent. It's not bad.
I saw the first episode of Boruto.
That's basically the Boruto movie.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm good then.
Not really. It's like, I think the first episode's like a very, very, very base, dried down version of the first movie.
Hmm.
What happens in the first episode of Boruto? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
He
He
does
like
something.
he like kills Sasuke or something. I don't know what he does. You know?
Do that. I mean,
Yeah.
hold up. No way, dude.
What do you mean?
Why does he
You
have
have
Rinnegan? Anyway. Never explained? I don't know. I
no?
stopped reading Boruto how long ago?
I never started.
Congratulations, you saved yourself some
Yeah.
time. I better hit me with that. You know Boruto was bad when they had to do a flashback arc to go back to OG Naruto?
Didn't they do like a like a time travel arc?
I'm saying, and
Like,
Boruto sees Jiraiya?
this is stupid.
How you know? You're hitting that low, the peaks. So yeah, it's gonna be the last. The last is fine, dude. It's Hinata's redemption.
Oh, nice. The best character in the show.
I mean, like, what am I gonna say? Like, she's kind of like under par. Let's not lie. Let's not lie.
Hey, so spoilers for Naruto, right?
Mhm.
I mean, she lives and Neji dies. So like
Yeah.
just right there, it proves that she is better than
Better.
Neji in every
She's
way.
better, dude. Yo,
Yeah.
Neji should not have died.
Yeah.
I keep saying it every time. How far do you think that like boulder was that was aiming for him, right? In his blind spot. At what point do you think his blind spot started being small enough to notice it was actually there?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
And are
like,
you telling me he just could not punch it to bits? Like, how big is this really?
right, yeah. And, like, especially by the time in which that happens, he's grown so much, he's so much more powerful, you
Such a
know?
cop out. Anyway,
Yeah.
such
Stupid.
a cop out. And you can't kill off Guy? Ooh.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the Guy living, okay? But choosing to kill Neji instead of Guy?
Yeah, like, wasn't, like, killing off Neji supposed to, like, add something to Hinata's character? Like, "Oh, I'm the one who died. I'm always my family is sacrificing, whatever," right? But, like, Guy dying would have made sense with him doing what he did, and then that building to Rock Lee's character, right?
Also
And, like
showing, like, how strong Madara really is at that point.
yeah.
No, it's like this guy's strong, but like I killed it, dude. This
Mhm.
also Madara being like, you're the strongest taijutsu person to ever approach me. You get the honor of saying that.
Yeah.
You are the strongest.
You are the one.
What a Chad, dude. Guy in his final moments, if he died that way, dude, being like recognized as like you are the strongest, no one will ever surpass you. What also
Yeah.
what a slap in the face to like Rock Lee. It's like right there listening to that.
He said, I'm right here.
You're the greatest to ever live. Crazy.
Said, "There is literally no one that is even close to you."
And once again, I'll bring it up, dude. Rock Lee
What?
never goes on one of his drunken rampages ever again.
Yeah, I know. It's
A
so
one-time
disappointing.
written off thing.
Mhm.
So much potential. So much
So
things they
much,
had.
dude. I mean,
I sort of digress.
with that, I feel like he has the potential to be better than Guy, right?
Like with that, and like he unconsciously too. This is unconscious Rock Lee
Yeah.
is already stronger than most people. It's
Mhm.
like unconscious, not in
Yeah.
his full realm, dude. My man is drunk walking, and he can beat basically majority of people just I do too. Never brings him back, dude. Feels bad. The last is Hinata's redemption because we all know she's not as strong as Neji.
She's not, man.
The last is her redemption, and it's like, okay, she actually does something. Congratulations, you've done well. This movie, you've done what you had to do. You pulled it out. You've done the thing you had to do. Showing that your love to Naruto isn't just like a fake thing. You actually kind of sort of mean it.
Yeah.
It's not just a crush that you didn't act on. You have some. That's what the last is. It's just like this is the closure you needed. And then Boruto happened. Boruto spat in my face.
Yeah, and then something that has so much potential, didn't work out.
I would cry if One Piece ended terribly. I don't know how I'd ever like face myself. Years
Years of investment.
gone, wasted, useless.
Yeah.
That's the docket now.
I'm down.
Perfect, dude. This is the peak. Lion King 1.5. The last. The two anime. Everyone knows who they are by now. Sing Tower of God and Yesterday, Oh My God.
Oh, wow. Right, I'm gonna be honest. You you kind of nailed that.
Always has, always will. I never miss.
I never freeze.
I never freeze.
And yeah, then we got Space Force and the one episode of One Piece.
The one episode, just one episode, because I'm gonna
Yeah.
find out what I'm doing, and this is gonna be some shenanigans. If episode of Alabasta exists, I have to go and watch episode of Alabasta. Then I have to be like, is it good enough? Then I have to look and be like, episode of Chopper, is this good enough? Then I gotta be like, yo, those 8 episodes, are you actually gonna have to download them and watch them on One Piece? Because if so, it's like, that's crazy. And the thing is, they can do that.
Yeah.
Because they're cutting it, you know what I mean? So it's not like, it's like when they do the what is it, the fan cuts for Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit.
Oh, sure, yeah.
When they came out, they did the fan cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Or like when the Star Wars movies came out, fan cut them. Like the order, whatever. What's the order for Star Wars? Machete.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Like 4, 5, 2, 3, 6. Anyway,
Yeah, something like that. 7, 8,
personal
9.
opinion, best Star Wars movie. It was Rogue One.
Mm. I would go with episode 2.
What a Chad. I like sand. I hate sand.
Actually,
Course,
no.
rough.
I would go with the Ewok Christmas movie.
There we go. This
Yeah.
guy. The phonics. Personally, I prefer the Lego Yoda special. Up number 2.
Mm. I'll go with The Mandalorian in its entirety.
It's a creed. Anyway.
I've spoken. So yeah, Ray, you have anything else?
I mean, you gotta look before the hyena comes? I don't know, man. Oh, there we go. That's what I gotta do. Thank you for reminding me.
No, you're welcome. Totally intentional.
100% intentional. Can't have an episode without a look at Wikipedia.
Oh, right, yeah, I gotta end it with Wikipedia.
Can't do it. These episodes are good. So today, what we got going on here?
If you didn't know, this is when Ray looks at the front page of Wikipedia and there's like a feature article or whatever.
They're always
And it's pretty much the best segment on the entire podcast, so.
this is what everyone tunes in for, so I don't know what everyone tunes.
See, so I have, I put time codes in these episodes, and every one they always skip right to the Wikipedia segment, you know? It's weird.
It's kind of ridiculous, dude. So today, I guess we'll just read that. Today's featured article is State Route 76.
Nice.
State Highway. That's
Okay.
how many miles long? Like over 50 miles long in the U.S. state of California. It is an east-west route in the North Country of San Diego County. Begins in Oceanside near Interstate 5 and continues east. It goes until where? Continues until terminating at SR 79, so State Route 79. And east of the junction with I-15. Mostly a 2-lane highway. Full article, please. Major intersections. Intersects with CRS21, I-5, CRS14, CRS13. CRS13 again. Old Highway 395, I-15, CRS16, CRS6, CRS7, SR79. People who live in Cali know these by now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
I know them very well.
Cali boys.
Yep.
That segment may have been one of my favorite segments from On the Spot a while ago. That
Dude,
old
Cali
show.
Boys, yes. When
Cali
Couch Hop was there.
boys.
Yeah, Cali Boys. That was
He
good.
broke the statue.
Yeah,
broke
he did it. He did it so quickly too.
Cali boys. Okay. That's my Wikipedia segment. There's nothing really. There's nothing interesting. I looked. There's nothing that special there
Okay.
today. Normally, last time we hit like the wolf segment, it was pretty good. We were coasting on
It
it.
was good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Today was a done.
You know, I mean, every once in a while you're gonna have one of those, you know.
Shame. I'm sorry for disappointing all you fans out there who come in and tune in for the Wikipedia segment. Really hurts my heart to let you know this week was a failure. We'll get them next time, boys.
I'm glad you apologized to our millions of listeners. You know,
Of course, you got to tune in every
Yeah.
week. Apple Store
is it? No, wait, no.
podcast section.
Tune In was a different show.
Oh, you're right. Tuned In
Yeah.
was a different show. This is
Yeah.
Untitled Unfocused because
Yeah.
the show's Untitled and we're Unfocused. This is
Yep.
a fun time. But we
Mhm.
actually stay on track, though. See, it says Unfocused because the order for everything changes every week. I
Yeah.
don't think you understand. That's why we have timestamps.
hmm
If you think we talk about the same thing in the same segments every time in the same order, we don't. This is
Nope.
just tossing around. Something like playing hacky sack or something. I don't know.
All right. Until next week, remember to feed your fish.
I
Okay.
will feed my fish.
Okay.
They eat fish flakes, the high premium ones, $5 at Pets R Us.